Hey guys, what's up? So because I haven't already told people, this is going to be a supplement for the 11 a.m. stream on Saturdays, where I kind of go over this locale stuff, just laughing at mainly DSP and King Cobra JDF. But as of right now, I'm kind of on break for a little bit. Just needed it, and I'll leave it at that. But yeah, I'm recording this on Wednesday, uh, mainly because DSP, I can laugh at him, but there are times where he just gets under my skin, and I think this is peak Phildom, where Phil is talking, backtracking, just fucking up his speech, fucking up, like, the dude, to put it simply, the dude just turned down 50K, and in the same fucking podcast, or what he calls a podcast, even though there is no just audio element to it, he says it would have been life changing, but I'm getting ahead of myself. So this is probably going to be a long one, and because the video I'm watching is from Cult of Hate, and it is a 46-minute video, and this is also the Keem video. I'm thinking which one needs to go first, because I think the Keem video is a direct response to what Phil says here. So I think it just makes sense to go through this, and then we'll go and we'll look at the Keem video. Maybe won't do the whole thing, but the whole thing is great. And, like him or hate him, Keem's made his money on the internet, and, maybe it's not your favorite way, but drama is a thing. People like drama. There's never not gonna be drama television or trash TV, however you want to put it. There's always gonna be shows like Road Rules, Jersey Shore, Keeping Up with the Kardashians, blah blah blah. I shouldn't be trying to defend it, because it is what it is. And yes, this is a drama video, but it's like, okay, I'm just going to start it and y'all see what I'm talking about with Phil. Hopefully we can get a laugh out of it too, because that's normally what the VTube and chill streams are, but we'll see what happens. All right, guys. And if you don't mind hitting that like, share, and subscribe button if you find this entertaining. Let's get into this.
It's a cult of hate, is exactly what it is. It's a cult of hate against me, and I'm not going to put up with that shit. Ladies and gentlemen.
Great way to start off the video, Phil. Just, mwah. Chef's kiss.
I'd like
burping right into the mic. Thank you, Colt.
For full transparency purposes, ladies and gentlemen, there's been an ongoing fucking drama this year. I don't know why. I really can't explain it, because I'm not the person who's causing the drama. You guys know me. I stay in my lane, right?
No, you fucking don't.
I do my thing on my own stream. I don't go outside of my stream to cause any
you
problems with anyone.
Fucking liar.
I'm just right here chilling with you guys every day. That's all I care about, right? Every once in a while.
Liar. This guy has, what was it? He tweeted at Pro Jared, thinking that it was a good idea. Didn't know the situation, just seen Pro Jared in a bad way. And this was back when he got caught cheating on his wife and feeling sexy in female, what was it? Sailor Moon, Sailor Mercury cosplay. And Phil thought it'd be a good idea to tweet and clap back at the guy. Whatever. It's the internet. Yeah, you can clap back, but don't go and say that you're staying in your own lane. You're not getting involved in any of the drama. I'm just a good little boy sitting over here in my pigsty. Sorry guys, if you can't tell, I am already heated because I got about halfway through this video and I felt that this was necessary to do. So let's move on. I'm really gonna try to make this fun, but Phil has that way of just getting under your skin, especially with some of the shit he's about to say. But no, Phil does not stay in his own lane. He claps back whenever he thinks he has an opportunity and the winds have changed. If it ever gets to a point to where there is more hate for Keemstar, I guarantee you, Phil will clap back on Twitter and hide behind his block button because he's a block button bitch.
While someone will ask me my opinion on another content creator or something, I'll give my honest opinion, and then we roll on. And that's how it is, okay?
As you tend to shit on people.
For some reason, this year, a certain content creator by the name of Keemstar has tried to pull me into his fucking vortex of drama a couple of times now. And I don't understand why. Alright? I don't really care. Alright? You guys know me. Again, I'm not into this shit. Alright? I'm the last person to try to get wrapped up in any kind of drama on purpose. I just try to do my own thing. My ideal scenario would be to be able to do fun streams with you guys every day, have no drama involved, make a living doing it, and we all have a good time together. That's all I ever care about. I don't want to be rich. I don't want to be famous. I don't want to blow up in notoriety. I don't want to be involved in drama and go.
Okay, Phil, you don't want to be rich. You don't want to be involved in drama. You don't want none of that bullshit that goes on with it. Get a job. Make your streams free. And just stream for fun. I mean, legitimately, if that's what you want, stream for fucking fun. And quit bleeding your wheelchairs. Sorry, shouldn't be like that, but that is what Phil's audience is known as. Dent heads, wheelchairs, you know, just those, just people that are giving to Phil. And it's been proved time and time again that he is just scamming them. And they just keep giving money, keep giving money. This is the equivalent of the, what was it? The home shopping networks scamming fucking old ladies out of their pension checks during the days. Because that's when home shopping networks made their money, in the middle of the day and on the days that the pension checks came in. So, but really, I'm kind of with Keemstar after this, and I will reference that 6-minute video, that anyone giving money to Phil at this point, you know, it's hard to say or to tell people what they can and can't do with their money. I vehemently believe you can do whatever the fuck you want. I don't really give a fuck if you throw it away, but to just idiotically just burn it, and that's what you're doing when you give it to him, it's just, it's hard not to get pissed and frustrated, especially when there is just so much evidence against this man.
Viral. I don't care about.
But to the whole point of that mini rant, and there's going to be many rants. Phil, make your streams free. Stop taking tips. Stop taking donations. Shut down your Patreon. Shut down all of that, what you call crowdfunding, which YouTube's not supposed to be used for crowdfunding. Shut it all down. Get a real job, because for those of you that don't know, Phil's a valedictorian. Phil has a business degree. Phil has all these qualifications to, wow, that is, I just looked at the, stop. Phil has all these qualifications to go and get a job. And a damn good one, supposedly.
Any of that shit at all. Okay? So I don't know why this guy Keemstar keeps pulling me into his shit, all right? Now, allow me to explain a little bit. Keemstar is a content creator who we actually have some history with here, because when we were watching the Down the Rabbit Hole video about Wings of Redemption, we found out that this guy has been embroiled in the life of Wings of Redemption multiple times in his history. At one point, being some kind of a weirdo prank content creator who was playing Halo and saying disgusting things to girls over the mic, like really nasty, immature, disgusting shit. You know, acting like a fucking asshole.
Oh, acting like an asshole on the internet, Phil. Really, Keem? Oh, not like you didn't say, where's that fucking video that I can find? Oh my God. I'm not going to find it here because it'll take forever, but there's a ton of videos out there of Phil making sexualized jokes, going boobies, 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 titties, 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 to a bust of, what was her fucking name? Not Catwoman. It was, is it Black Cat? The, one that had that Spider-Man had a crush on in the cartoons. Oh wow. I think it was, yeah, I think it's Black Cat. And he has a bust of her, and it's just her head and titties, and him looking down at the bust, at its bust, and going boobies, 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 titties, titties, titties. Ah. Oh, and then there's his infamous Blip TV clip where he's saying the being a Blip TV, Dead Space 2, him acting like Isaac Himmler, the last German soldier from World War II. Yes. And making Jew jokes. That was Phil. Now, you can argue that, yes, that stuff was years and years ago. But I mean, that's exactly what Phil's saying, right? Now, I'll be honest, I don't know if Keem still does stuff like that. I don't believe he does. But even if he does, who the fuck cares? I mean, I wouldn't really care if Phil did it if he didn't make such a big deal of it here.
And then apparently later on, he started covering drama for the internet. And so every time Wings got caught up into drama, he got pulled onto his show or whatever. And, you know, if you want my full opinion of that stuff, all right, you go check out my Down the Rabbit Hole commentary. You know, I reacted to the Down the Rabbit Hole on Wings of Redemption. And I'll give you my opinion on all of that. Okay, I'm not going to go into that today. But outside of that, I have zero interactions with this guy. Okay, many years ago, excuse me, in 2016, when I had my infamous incident, he did a news story on me and the incident. It lasted all 5 seconds.
Or are you talking about your incident lasting 5 seconds, Phil? Is that how long it took for you to finish it up? But yeah, Phil is referencing the fact that he spanked his bacon on stream and got caught. It's funny. It happened. He knows he can't live it down. Keemstar, who covers news, whether it be trash news or not, you were the story of the day. Why wouldn't he cover it? Everybody's talked about it. I've even talked about it. Making a joke and showing my audience, what was it? Episode number 4? Maybe 5? Where I introduced my audience to you for the first time. Or maybe it was the second time. Either way. And I showed your infamous clip. So Phil, what does that matter that he did a story on you jacking off? Who cares? You got caught, bro. Get over it.
All right.
Wow, I'm only 3 minutes in.
Behind the scenes, one of his people, which I don't even understand because I don't think it was an employee. I guess he has people who just do shit for him for free. Figured that one out.
Oh my God! Oh, wait, back that up. Back that up.
When I had my infamous incident, he did a news story on me and the incident. It lasted all 5 seconds, all right? And then actually behind the scenes, one of his people, which I don't even understand because I don't think it was an employee. I guess he has people who just do shit for him for free. Figure that one out.
Oh my God. Good motherfucker. Look at that condescending fucking face of his. Oh my God. Keem has people that do shit for him for free? Oh, wait. No, he doesn't. He actually pays his mods. He pays his people. Because guess what, Phil? Keem actually runs a fucking business. Phil, okay. Okay, can I get rid of this real quick? Okay, I can't get rid of it. And okay, if you go to Phil's streams, mainly his podcast and anything that he has, you can barely see it here because I can't figure out how to get rid of the time bar. This little thing right here, a fan made for him for free. He has overlays for games. They're free. His overlay for his podcast that he has is free because all of his fans have made it. He does not pay people for shit. He didn't even pay. He wanted free. He didn't. He recently talked about his Project 7, which has been widely said to be Phil's most successful thing that he's ever did. And it wasn't even dealing with him. It was only because he had a bigger name than the other people involved. They did 4 episodes. A lot of shit changed. And I'm giving a very brief summary of this from both sides. Things changed with people involved where they did need money. If what Phil is to be said is true, when they started, no one said they wanted money. They wanted notoriety. Okay, it started doing not gangbusters from what I understand, but it was still popular. Phil wanted it to continue. These people were putting in fucking work. Anyone that has edited any kind of basic video editing, you know, it still takes time if you want to put the work into it. And I've seen a little bit of Project 7. They were putting in some damn good work. And that was back when the tools weren't as accessible as they are now. I'm a novice editor, and I still find it real easy, and I could probably do a majority of what they were doing just because the tools have gotten better. Editing's gotten easier. It's still time consuming, and shit still gets fucked up. But that being said, Phil didn't want to pay them. Is the whole point of that. He didn't pay his friends. He didn't pay anybody that worked with him. Phil wanted to make all the money and to damn with everyone else. He would step on anyone for $1 because that's what he wants, is the money. He wants his shit to be at a high level, but he wants it to be given to him, just like he wants his fame to be given to him. And I'm not going to be able to look up the clip about King calling him, saying that he's on level 1 and have a good little clip here. Actually, is this it? Let me see. Oh, that's just the drama alert intro. Damn it. I really wish I could find that because Keem does it so well. He's like, Phil, you, sir, are still on level 1. Oh, we'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Reached out to me
because this
said, you want to be on Drama Alert? And I was like, for what? And they were like, well, you were a topic yesterday. You know, you want to be on there to react to the story of what's going on with you. And I was like, I don't think there's a story here. Like, it was something stupid that happened. I'm laughing at it and rolling with it. There's no drama here. I'm just like, I'm going to dispute that it happened. I see there's no time.
Oh my God. If I could find the tweet. There is a tweet out there of Phil tweeting at Keem saying, hey, Keem, if you want the story, I'll come on your channel. Phil wanted to work with him then. Phil wanted to work with him then. I think I said that right. Yeah, he wanted to work with him then. And Keem was, I would say, arguably worse at that time. But he had no problem. And let me just thumbs up this video, because thank you, Colts, for having this. And it being so clean. Not hating on anyone else that clips Phil, but it's just so clean and easier to make videos with. Thank you, Colts.
Topic here. Why would we, what are you talking about? And the guy goes, oh, okay. And then I literally just never heard back from him ever again. Okay? And that was it. For years and years, I had zero interaction with Keemstar. Zero. I don't care about this guy. And it's the shit he does. Now, you guys know, it's not just Keemstar in general. I don't like people who make his style of content, all right? Someone who just sits there and looks up dramatic stories, gossip, tries to basically cause problems or profits off of the misery of others, all right? You can look at me and my history on YouTube. 14 years. It's all there. It's public.
Yeah. Okay. Phil, you may not directly are in your way saying that you profit off the misery of wow, I can't speak. That Keem doing stories on people and their failings on the internet is causing them misery. But hey, you put your shit out there, you fuck up, it's going to get made fun of if it gets picked up. There's a lot of shit that you could probably make fun of me for, and that's fine. I put it out there. I can't deny it. Yeah, I just got to roll with it. Keem chooses to talk about it. That is what he chooses to do. Right? But Keem has still made bank. If there's I believe it was June the King who did a nice little documentary style video on Keem. I watched it, found out some things about Keem that I didn't know. I mean, there was one point that the dude was about to go broke, and he just made some risky decisions, and he's made better ones since, and has, kind of took off. The guy's a millionaire, and good on him. I personally hope that one day I can have a fraction of what he has. But that being said, because this isn't about me, this is about Phil and Keem and how fucking crazy this shit is. He talks about people and laughs at them and their problems that they have on the internet, or their issues, or, oh my God, I'm saying this all wrong. He laughs at what happens, or what these people choose to put out there. We all do. We're laughing at Phil right now. You choose to put out something as stupid as this, we laugh. Cobra, guy eats his tacos like he's holding an apple or eating an apple. It's funny. Same with Boogie, same with Wings. Y'all guys choose to stay on the internet. This is what happens. Or this is one of the things that can happen. Let's move on.
My ups and downs, my highs and lows. We've gone over
more lows
recently in videos such as me reacting to my own Down the Rabbit Hole video, and also me reacting to the video from John and Howard from 2015, where they basically did a giant hit piece on me. Okay, so
they did not do a fucking fuck you. They did not do a hit piece. You sir, decided to cause shit and stir the shit up. And in a direct consequence of your actions, your ex-friends, John and Howard, decided that we are going to set the record straight, because we are not going to keep letting you get away with shit that you're obviously lying about for sympathy dollars. And this is what Phil does on a daily basis with his goddamn pre-streams. He Oh my God. He begs and begs and begs and begs and begs and begs and begs for money, and no more than, I mean, he's done it a lot more lately because it is drying up and it is happening fast because he is on a downward fucking spiral. And I found that video. Let's see. Is it this one? Yeah. Okay. No. Sound.
I'm gonna have to call bullshit. Darksydephil.
I'm just going to let it play.
I'm gonna have to call bullshit. You just accused me of two things. One, punching down like you're some type of victim or something. You were
He's not a victim.
First. And two, you were basically saying that you struck a nerve with me. No, both are wrong. I'm very simple. If somebody talks shit to me, I talk shit back because it's entertaining to myself and it's entertaining to my viewers.
Yep.
And I was thinking to myself, do I hate this motherfucker? No, I don't. I don't even really know you that much. I've never had a fucking problem with you. So I figured I would leave by giving you some life advice. See, you're a gamer.
Speak to him, Keem.
And the thing is life. Everything you fucking do in life is a game. Whether a girl,
I can get behind that.
A job you're after, a brand deal you're after, everything. You go into the DMV, and when you're in line, you strategizing, okay, should I cut here? Should I do this? What'll get me in fastest? What'll get me out fastest? When you're driving in traffic, everything is a game. Everything is a game. And you have to do the calculations to try to beat the game and win the game. And at this game of life, I've beat the game.
Oh.
You, Phil, you're still on mission 1 and you can't get anywhere and you're rage quitting and you're starting over and restarting. I mean, a decade ago, you were on stream begging for $20 and $10 donations so you could pay your rent. It's a decade later, you're begging for $10 and $20 to pay your rent. You're restarting mission 1. You're trying to use the same tactic over and over again, and you're dying, and you're having to restart the level. If you want to win at this game of life, you're going to have to fucking do something different. Now, I know it's an ongoing thing with people telling you to go get a real job, but you probably need to get a real fucking job. Darkseid.
Oh, so good. So great. Keem, shout out. That is like the best analogy that I have ever been able to understand. But yes, this little piglet is on mission 1. And as Keem said, he keeps restarting over and over and over and over and over and over and over. Because he's doing the same shit that he was doing over a decade ago. And I know I just repeated Keem, but it needs to be repeated just because we're talking about DSP. And maybe it'll sink into the fat between his ears and his brain. And it will finally get through to him if he ever watches this video. Big ups, DSP. Thanks for the laughs.
Fess up to the mistakes that I've made in the past. All right. But
no. Oh my God. This video is going to be 1,000,000 years long. No. Motherfucker, you blame everyone else. Go back and watch his Down the Rabbit Hole if you got the time and enough Ambien. Guys, he sits there and he blames Howard for which, if you don't know, John and Howard, and I think I said it earlier in this video, John and Howard were his streaming friends. They were his gaming friends. They're the two guys you see him in with Project 7. Wow. Speak, Matt. Speak. Oh, wait, I'm reading right now. Wow, and I'm still just 4 minutes in, and this video is 30 minutes long. Oh my fucking God. But yes, they had their falling out. Phil continued in his Down the Rabbit Hole to blame Howard for all the problems that they had, because even though he used to call Howard his friend, Howard is no longer his friend. And down the rabbit hole, he's John's friend. And Phil don't like Howard, so he can throw Howard under the bus, because this is what he does to everyone. He uses them until they are no longer useful, and then he throws them under the fucking bus. He does this with people. He does this with sponsorships. He does this with anyone that he feels has wronged him. He did it to YouTube when he went to Twitch. Now he's doing it to Twitch when he's back on YouTube. When he's able to go back to Twitch. And this isn't like a crazy conspiracy thing, but yes, Phil will go back to Twitch, even though he says, oh no, they wronged me. Well, he left YouTube for Twitch once before, but they scolded him, said, oh, Phil, you can't stream in 1080p, 60 frames a second. You have to lower your bitrate. He was like, well, fuck you. And went back to YouTube to stream. Then I forget what happened on YouTube. I think it was he got demonetized or something. So then he went back to Twitch. He talked shit about Twitch. He talked shit about YouTube. Whichever platform he's not on, that's the one he decides to talk shit about. If he feels like he used to say Curse he was with 2 sponsorships, Curse and Machinima. He used to say Machinima was the shit. Then Machinima dropped him. Oh, now Machinima was just the most horriblest company ever, and they are the devil. Curse, same thing. Said the same shit. This guy is just a user and an abuser.
To improve upon them. And I feel that today, as a content creator, the kind of person that I am, is a lot different than the person from back then that people had a lot of issue with.
Oh, I just had a great idea for a thumbnail. I'm going to have Phil's head, and he is going to be on a bum with his fucking hands out.
Right? I'm not doing those very messed up things, saying the stupid things that I used to say and do. I'm not doing shock value.
No, Phil, you're just screaming and making generalized racial humor, thinking that it's okay, saying, oh, look, it's a black lady. Don't let her steal the purse. Or, oh, you're berating your chat, yelling at them when they call out you for your shit. Yeah. Why would anybody want to be in his stream like a real supporter? You're not going to get supporters like that.
Value content anymore. I don't do shock content anymore. I got rid of that. It's out of my repertoire.
Because you weren't funny.
The content style I do is very different.
Yeah. His idea of shock content now is to say, oh, something's up my ass. Oh, something's up their ass. Oh, there's shit. They're shitting everywhere. Oh my God. Shitty dicks, shitty dicks, shitty dicks, shitty dicks. Yeah. Yeah. This guy is doing like 5-year-old, and I don't mean 5 years ago. I mean, my 5-year-old, my kids aren't 5 anymore. My kids, when they were 5, were funnier than this motherfucker at 40. And they cursed, which was hilarious in itself. My kids being in their teens are still funnier than this fucker in his 40s. Because he can't make a joke. He's not funny. I mean, oh, there's a great video out there. Oh, there's so much that I want to pull up. Oh, I wish I was doing this live. But there's a joke that Phil tried to make the other day, and somebody overlaid the ending to Ferris Bueller's Day Off with him, and it's the, oh my God, word for fucking word. Phil doesn't make comedy. He steals jokes that he thought were funny. And most of them come from 80s and early 90s movies. Pretty much anything before he became a content creator. Because those are the only movies that he's seen. He is just that fucking boring that he is not engaged with the world outside of YouTube and the internet since he got on here and quote unquote got famous. The dude is sitting at maybe he's at 200k subs now, but most of those were back in like 2010 and 2013, I think it was. Yeah.
And I feel is meaningful to a lot of people. I mean, I get told every day that what I do is meaningful.
Liar.
Please keep it up. And, you know, they appreciate that I've been doing this for 14 years and I just keep going. Despite
Who, Phil? Who's telling you this? Derek? Slayer? Oh, I'm trying to think of some more of the people that frequent his chat. The 5 people that tell you this, the 5 people that have probably been around for years, you're listening to 5 people, and that's what makes you feel good. That's what gets your little piggy tail hard. Come on, Phil. Come on. You know, there is something to be said about quality over quantity, but when only 5 people are telling you something and it's just ringing in your ears, and this is what gets you up in the day, this is what gets you to crawl out of bed, take your Alka-Seltzer from your night of drinking to help with your freaking headache. Phil, this is not winning. This is not, what you do is not meaningful to fucking anybody except for those 5 people. You have no children. You barely have a wife. And I really don't want to get into your personal life, but my friend, you, he's going to say something in a minute and I'm just going to let it roll.
And I really appreciate that. I do. I appreciate that people somehow find positivity and inspiration in the fact that I keep going. Okay. So that, all that being said, you can look.
I swear, I think he's also thinking about probably all the people that used to tell him that shit years ago before he really started to have his downfall. They were like showering him with praise. And now he's just adding a number onto it. And he's bringing that to the forefront of his memory because he can't remember simple dates. So something that happened 6 years ago, he thinks maybe happened the other day because he's probably so he's repeating so much that he doesn't even know where he's at anymore. He doesn't know the year. He doesn't know the day. He just knows that, hey, at one point in time, somebody said something nice to me and I'm going to hold on to that forever. I'm not going to try to build on that or become an actual good person.
Over the years, all the toxic, negative shit that I've done in the past and I fessed up to. And
again, you didn't fess up to it.
Value, all right? But I don't think that anyone would ever argue and say the stuff that Phil has done has ruined someone's life, or Phil has really benefited off of the misery of other people.
Motherfucker. Oh. Okay. This man has legitimately sent people to harass someone. Let me see if I can remember the names, because this was, like I said, this video wasn't exactly planned. I was listening to this and got too into it and got so bad that me and my wife were cursing this video. I spent probably about the first 30 minutes yelling at this video off camera. And I was like, fuck it. I need to make a video for Saturday anyways. But there was somebody called Be Awesome One. I know I'm not going to get the details exactly right, but I'm pretty sure it was something to do with maybe false copyright claims, or maybe this was the one that was making fun of him during like a Call of Duty match or something. And this guy gave his stream, which I believe at the time he was still at least 1,000 viewers strong, to go and harass this guy, put his PSN account name out there and said, go bombard him with requests so he can never get on his PlayStation again without having to deal with all that shit. And he also threatened him on stream, saying that, oh yeah, if I ever decide to take a trip across the pond, I can meet up with you. So, yeah, Phil has a very sketchy history with doxing people. Hell, when you tip to this motherfucker, he gets your information, regardless of what he wants to say. And he's backtracked on that many times, even though he's never actually outright said it. It's like he used to say that, oh, I don't get any of your information unless you're an idiot. Or he used to say, I didn't get any of your information. And now he says, I don't get your information unless you're just an idiot and you set it up wrong on PayPal. And then I'll have all your information. So which was it, Phil? Oh, let's see. He also somewhat doxed a person called Keemstar Rune, who, when this dummy was setting up his Xbox live on stream because Grug doesn't know how to set up shit anymore because setting up consoles has gotten too complicated for him and he needs to be handheld through the setups. Dumbass over here had it set up, had full view of all of his Xbox shit ready to Keemstar Rune, and Phil having his full setup of his Xbox in full view complained the whole time because 2 or 3 times popped up for there to be a digital QR code or a real life code for you to put in. Well, Keemstar Rune got a hold of his Xbox. I mean, yeah, duh. He shouldn't have been doing this on stream. He should have set up the fucking Xbox. I mean, who the fuck gives a god dang about going through the startup menu of an Xbox? You know, they don't care about how you set it up. You know, maybe when you get to the UI, and I mean, this was months later, but they might have been interested in the UI. But for the most part, no one gives a crap about an Xbox setup. But Keemstar Rune's code was there, or his email got leaked that way, and Phil didn't give a shit. He thought it was funny. Phil doesn't care about hurting others. I don't think I've ever heard of Keemstar's actions literally hurting somebody, but if you're going to be hurt by somebody laughing at you on the internet, then maybe the internet is just not the place for you to be expressing yourself out here. You've got to get a thicker skin. Like I said, there's tons. I've got a ton of shit out here. There's probably close to about 350 videos. I'm sure there's some dumb shit that I've said or done. Feel free. Have a field day with it. If I don't have a thick enough skin, fuck it. I mean, all I can think of is that I delete my account and go on about my day because the internet's not my life. But let's move on.
Right?
Because we're less than 5 or less than 6 minutes in.
I've said and done some really stupid things, but I don't think anyone could actually say Phil had a concerted effort to either hurt others and profit off of it, or to...
Did Keemstar... I mean, maybe, I mean, like I said, I don't know enough. Did Keemstar literally launch a campaign against either Boogie or Wings or anyone that he's talked about and just beat them into paste with his fan base, with his money? Like, has he done that? I mean, I don't know. I don't want to talk it with enough confidence to say yes that he has and no that he hasn't. But I don't think he has, because I think he would have been kind of ostracized from quite a few places before this.
Partake in drama, gossip, and things that could.
I mean, yes, Keem does take part in that stuff, but again, like I said, he's a news channel. He's a drama news channel. This is what these people, I mean, I've already went through it. Let's move on.
Cause misery for others to make profit, right? The stuff that I do is very much in my own lane. I'm making content here on my own channel. I stay to myself. I don't fuck around with
No.
right? And I'm happy to be able to make a living doing this the way that I love to do it and the way that you guys like as well, right? It's certainly
Yes. The way you like to do it with your hands out, and you like to make or like to say that that's what they like to do, or that's what you like, or whatever. Can't talk. That's what your fans like. This is what they want from you, Phil. Yes, they want you to have your hands out, and they want to just keep giving you money, keep showering you with that money. Money, Phil. Money. They just shower you with it. Not so much lately, huh, Phil? I mean, your fans aren't opening those piggy banks to you quite so often, are they, Phil? So much so that you're not hitting that tier 1 tips goal, are you, Phil? That's your fans telling you, Phil. They don't like you. They don't like what you're doing. And if you want to continue to be on the internet and be a content creator, you really need to start thinking that instead of leaning on the 5 people that have propped you up all these years, well, I say all these years, the last year, at least, since I've been watching you, you might want to start taking some sponsorships, that all those sponsorships that you say you have, that you get on a daily basis. Phil, it's not a sin or horrible for you to take a sponsorship.
never going to explode. It's never going to become super popular again. It's not going to go viral again. It is what it is, right? And I'm happy with that, as long as I can stay where I am and maintain the level that I have, right? But I don't want to hurt other people.
And wasn't this the fucker? You know, I believe he was just saying the other day, somebody asked him why his parents didn't move with him, and he said that, oh, they're stubborn. They're stuck in a rut. They like where they're at. They don't like change. Isn't that what this motherfucker just said? Just said that he likes where he's at. He wants to maintain, but yet, I'm sorry, I may not be a businessman. I may not have a business degree, but for businesses to flourish, you gotta take risk. I've been involved in companies that what they were doing sounded absolutely fucking crazy, but that risk, it was high risk, and they did get high reward. And just from, really putting my nose to the grindstone for the last year and a half at this YouTube thing, I do want a base audience. Like, okay, I have 155 subs last time I looked. I would love if, let's just be a little modest, 20 to 40 dedicated people were watching my streams, my content. If 20 to 40 people were my base, and that's really what I would kind of love. I mean, don't get me wrong, guys. I'm not saying you have to. If you like it, you like it. I don't cover, the stuff I cover is not going to be for everybody, and I get it. That's fine. But people that have already subscribed to you, they can't subscribe twice. Well, in Phil's case, they do, because they make alt accounts and they sub multiple times. But you have to have a constant new viewership. always coming in. It needs to be higher than your sub viewership, because your subs are your base. They're the ones that are going to watch you all the time. The new ones are the ones you want to subscribe, and maybe they help grow that base. That is something that I think, I'm not going to say with certainty, because like I said, I'm a 150 sub channel. That is something that I feel that I've figured out while doing this YouTube thing. But you also have to grow as a content creator. Watch a video from January of 2021 that I did, which none of it was content like this. It was streams, gaming streams, and that's all I did. That's all I talked about. Or that's pretty much game streaming. That's all I did. And that was maybe 1 to 2 times a week. And then I've gradually added more. I've learned new techniques. You have to grow. The channel has to grow. And also, hopefully, that means your viewership grows. And now I'm going to get off of that soapbox and we're going to get back to Phil. Because we're an hour in and I'm not even 10 minutes into this freaking video. I told you it was going to be a long one. So buckle up, people. We might be here for 3 hours. God, I hope not. I don't need a freaking Gundam video.
When I did the React video,
Like Gundam, by the way.
Wings of Redemptions down the rabbit hole.
But he did a great 3-minute or 3-hour video on Phil.
I'm not going to go out of my way to make content that's going to hurt others. That's the last thing I would ever want to do. If I'm going to leave any kind of an impact on this planet.
What's the React content, Phil?
In the long term, and people will look at a big picture and say, oh, what Darksydephil has left on Earth is something positive that we can laugh and smile at and have a good time with.
Hold up.
Oh my God.
Let's rewind that.
I don't want to make content that's really nasty and negative. And you know, when I did the React video to Wings of Redemptions down the rabbit hole, I wanted to make sure it was okay with him. And he said it was okay. That's why I did it. I'm not going to go out of my way to make content.
You would have done it anyways.
The last thing I would ever want to do. If I'm going to leave any kind of an impact on this planet, I would hope that it's going to be a positive one in the long term. And people will look at a big picture and say, oh, what Darksydephil has left on Earth is something positive that we can laugh and smile at and have a good time with. Now, oh my God, this guy literally misery, drama, pain, nastiness. Oh, but he's rich, right? I hate to say it. That's Keemstar in a nutshell. Take a look at.
Oh my God, Phil. Phil. What are you known for? What are you known for, Phil? You're known for your racist humor, being a fucking scammer and a beggar on the internet, saying really just incoherent and stupid stuff on Twitter. And, oh, the cherry on the top of the shit sundae, jacking off on stream. Phil. You could do 10 years of actually shutting the fuck up, getting a job, and just streaming, and that would still be the stuff that people would know you for. Phil, when you leave this planet, no one is going to know your name. You're not infamous. Wait. Your name is in infamy. Yeah, one of them's bad, one of them's good. Forgive me if I forget which one is which. But you're not going to be famous other than being a laughingstock. I'm sorry, but this is just the cold hard truth, Phil. Please, get that into your freaking head. I know you're not going to hear this, but... oh, dear Lord. Let's move on.
Any of this shit he fucking does, right? And tell me that it has any.
Oh, and that was him trying to jab at Keemstar. Oh, you're known for shit and hate and this and that, but you got money. And when you leave this earth, yeah, well, while Keem's here, he gets to do a lot of fun stuff. I mean, he was even going to retire. I think he did a tweet or something at the beginning of the year. And I even tried to get him on my stream because he was like, I will stream with anybody. I was like, okay, fuck it. I'll throw my ring in the hat. And I would love to have Keem on here. I'd love to talk to him about shit. Especially, oh, what was his fucking name? Oh, God. The guy with the cat ears and the glasses and the curly hair. I can't remember his freaking name. He was really in with it with H3H3. Oh, anyways, this isn't about him. But, yeah. Yeah, he might not get to take that money with him. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, Keem does have a kid. So, guess what, Phil? That kid gets to live off of Keem's name. And they get to have fun together. While you get to sit in your little dirty room with your little empty boxes and your little toys. And I just noticed that he has a Casey Jones figure up there now. Oh, dear Lord, smack myself in the face. If I had the hands rigged up, I'd be smacking myself in the face. I mean, even this little stupid Fallout 4 bobblehead from, Loot Crate that he said. He was tugging its dick the other day. Like, oh, you couldn't get this unless you got Loot Crate too. This was exclusive to Loot Crate. And when I shilled for Loot Crate, yeah, that's right. He took a sponsorship for Loot Crate. Yeah, I got this plus about 20 shirts from Loot Crate for free. God never took a sponsorship, my ass. Shut the fuck up, motherfucker. But yes, all those empty boxes. Who cares about the Neck Phones box, Phil? Who cares about the Xbox box? He's had this up there since Keem did that level 1 video. Like, literally a week. Was it a week? Yeah, I'll give it at least a week. When Keem did that level 1 video, Phil put all this in his background. Because this is all he has. And an empty man with empty boxes behind him. Kinda poetic, wouldn't you say?
Kind of intrinsic good moral value. And not just him, but anyone.
Good moral value. Oh my God. Just because it's not your value, Phil.
News that's not really news. It's actually gossip. And it could actually ruin people's lives and reputations. You tell me
the world is gossip
and how that's benefited anyone, right? That's my opinion. And by the way, you can disagree with me.
How has this gossip benefited anyone? Probably giving people a few laughs. Phil, how has your podcast benefited anyone? Does anyone care? Because all your news comes from Twitter. You know, I forget the two guys that someone's pointed out that you follow. But yeah, Phil, your podcast doesn't help anyone. Does you sitting there day after day begging for money help anyone? Does you putting on gunner glasses help someone? How about a hat, Phil? Does putting on a hat help somebody? Did your vest streak help anybody? You know, there was a lot of people that gave money to you thinking that it was going to help you because you were saying, yes, this is going to help. Yes, this is going to help me get my back taxes taken care of. But has it, Phil? I'm quite curious on what you have done in 14 years of a content creator. Because, again, referencing back to the Keemstar level 1 video, you, sir, were begging a decade ago. You're begging now. Nothing's changed with you, Phil. And, wow, it just hit me. You know, he said he was complacent and happy with maintaining, and Phil has maintained for a decade to do the exact same shit. Never changing, always aging.
My opinion. That's okay. It's okay for people to have differences of opinion. If you like Keem,
you don't like differences of opinion, so shut the fuck up.
People who make that style of content, you have the right to do that, and far be it from me to tell you.
Just not be on your stream, right, Phil?
Like what you like. Okay? Personally, I don't like reality TV, like the old shit they used to do, like Jackass, and then the fucking shit that's happened over the years with things.
Dude, Jackass was fucking hilarious.
That's the lowest bar of content for me. It's garbage, but people love it. It's super popular, and those people are filthy rich, right?
And yet, oh my fucking God. yet you do react streams, which is the, oh my god, I was waiting for this. I was waiting for him to come back and start saying, because if you don't know, Phil used to say react, well, saying what he's saying right here, react content was the lowest form of content. But in this same video, he said, hey, go watch my DSP reacts to Wings of Redemption, or DSP reacts to John and Rambo. Yeah, he's plugged 2 of his react streams. Oh my god, I just got that. Oh great, we're having fun. This is what this is supposed to be about, not me bitching. But yeah, so lowest form of content that you do as well, Phil. And oh my god. Let's just move on. I lost my train of thought.
For me to act like a know-it-all. Like what you like, okay?
Oh, right. I was going to say that, yeah, you can like what you like, but if you bring it up on Phil's stream, you get banned to the ban world with you. Little piggies. Piglets.
Fair enough. But at the same time, don't pull me into your drama vortex for trying to get some kind of personal benefit.
You are drama, Phil.
So why am I bringing all this up? Because this year, Keemstar's tried to pull me into his vortex of shit many times. First of all, much earlier this year.
Oh, here's the level 1.
Out of nowhere, out of the blue, Keemstar tweets about me, saying that there's a show coming up that involves me, Wings of Redemption, and Boogie. 3 content creators on the internet, and he says, oh, it's going to be a show with all 3 of them, it's going to be a podcast, and I'm producing it. He just says this publicly, okay? This guy literally never spoke to me. He just tweeted this.
Yeah, Phil, it's called building suspense or hype. You should know this. You know that 35th anniversary fighting games collection that you hyped for 2 months, and it came out and it's a laughable flop. Yeah, you should definitely check out some of the people that have clipped his fighting game streams, and 1, how miserable the support is, and 2, nobody's playing online. And that's the fun of fighting games, is to play against other players. The CPU or the computer can be fun to play against sometimes, but it's really to watch people play online and watch the skill. And surprise, surprise, when you have the 30th collection, which was the Street Fighter collection, good collection, by the way, lots of good games, really personal favorite, Third Strike. When the dude griped and complained for 5 years about lag from everyone else and dropping inputs and how bad the game was, and he's dogging this game even more now that the 35th collection came out, and there's only 1 Street Fighter game in there, and this motherfucker is the only fighting game that he really played was Street Fighter. And trust me, watch his fighting game streams and he'll bring up his 4th place win at Evo 2 decades ago. Well, not 2 decades yet, but it's getting up there. He still holds on to that as if anybody cares. And it was a bad port of fucking Street Fighter 2. But yeah.
Then he starts tweeting, oh, Darksydephil has me blocked on Twitter.
Oh, sorry. I was doing a hype rant. Yeah, so dude knows about hype. That's what Keemstar was doing. Was he was putting it out there, seeing what people would think about it. Because guess what? When you're doing a new show and you have the ability, or you have the big audience like Keemstar does, you can get a feel for what what people are interested in. And you can go ahead and kind of be like, throw that idea out there and see if anything bites. Phil knows about this. He's just he's making a big stink about it because he's like, you should have set this up first before you said anything about it, and you should talk to me. This is Phil trying to feel like he's doing a power play, like he has some kind of power.
So now people are trying to like contact me, and they're like, Phil, are you doing this show with Keemstar? Why is he talking about you? What is it? I'm like, I don't know. I know nothing about it. I'm literally not involved in this process. I have no clue what this fucking guy is talking about. And I said as much months ago here on my streams. I said, I don't know why he's bringing me up, okay? Now, allow me to give you a follow-up on the story. After that went down, Boogie reached out to me and actually personally contacted me and said that he would be interested in doing a podcast with me and maybe Wings. But he says the catch is Keemstar wants to be involved and wants to produce it, that Keemstar would pay for everything, whether it would be a production budget, maybe even a studio, who knows, I don't know, equipment. But basically he wants to produce and promote the show, but the show would be ours, okay? And I was very honest with Boogie and transparent. I said, listen, I have nothing against you. I have nothing against Wings. If you guys ever wanted to just sit down and shoot the shit and have a conversation or do a podcast or whatever, I'm sure we could talk about it and we figure it out, all right? But I'll be honest with you, I want nothing to do with Keemstar. I don't see why he has to be involved in this equation. What the fuck does he have to do with anything, right? Like, why does he have to be involved in it at all? Why does he have to have any personal benefit? It's a podcast.
Let him talk.
A podcast is simple. You could simply set it up and we can make a call online and have a call where the three of us are just talking. Why the fuck does he have to be involved? I mean, anything he gets involved with is going to be over the top, dramatic, toxic, negative shit. I don't want to do a deal with that. And that's pretty much where we left it. Never really had any other follow-up on that topic or anything like that. It just was left there.
Oh. I mean, Phil's not wrong here. I'll give him that. It doesn't take a lot to produce a podcast. I mean, he's right. You hit a button, you record, and you put it up. Yeah, simple. You know, if you want just basic, simple stuff. But you think of some of the most successful people that have successful podcasts. Joe Rogan, regardless of what you think about him, H3H3, Keemstar, I believe actually does have several podcasts that he's found success with. Adam Carolla, as much as I hate to admit this, Kevin Smith, and you know, that's just people that I know about off the top of my head. But you know what every one of those people have in common? They have studios. And there's a reason for this. Because when you're developing audio podcasts, and I'm so thankful that I went to a convention that had a panel with a bunch of podcast people. This audio right here is what you want to be clean and crisp and clear. And I say this with as much respect as I can give. With these three shit shows, Boogie, Wings, and Phil doesn't even have the right mic settings. He says he doesn't know how to add gain to his audio. Like the audio that you're hearing now, like that is one, me turning it up and fixing it right, and two, Cult of Hate turning it up and getting it to levels that you can actually understand him. If you were to go to his actual stream, you'd have to be maxing your volume out to hear him. Phil alone does not understand technology. Boogie, I think, has a better understanding of it, and I actually think Wings probably has a better understanding than Phil. But all their audio is shit. What Keem is saying that he's going to do is he's going to produce and even give you a studio with 3 people with professional audio mics. That mic that he's sitting on, that Phil's sitting on, is gotta be close to about 8 to 9 years old. Technology's gotten better since then. That fucker is cutting out as it is. But yes, with a podcast, you want crisp, clean, clear audio. You want people in a room so they can play off of each other. Phil knows what this is about. Phil's seen podcasts. I would even say he listens to podcasts. I don't think I take this back. I really take that back. I wanted to give him credit, but the dude's got 70 episodes of what he calls a pre-stream podcast, and he does not have a single place you can download it. You can't download it from iTunes. You can't download it off of any Android marketplace. He doesn't know what a podcast is. But irregardless, yeah. Keem was going to pay for it all. Who cares? Who cares what he wanted? He was going to give you a show with awesome mics. And I guarantee you it was going to be the SR7B. Yeah, I think I got that one right. The one that I would love to upgrade to myself. Because I actually had somebody tell me that it would help because I have a bassy voice, that it would pick up my voice a lot better. But I'm really happy with my wave. And now I'm getting off on product placement shilling for a company that doesn't even sponsor me. Elgato, talk to me. I'll use your products.
Okay? So obviously the idea is dead. It's not happening, right?
Oh, and just one other thing. He just didn't want to do it because Keem was involved with it, is what that comes down to.
Refused to do it. Now, that was many, many months ago. All right?
That was like 2 months ago.
I would say probably about 3 weeks ago, a month ago. I don't even remember exactly when. Oh, by the way, I should say this. At one point, I did unblock Keemstar on Twitter. Here's why. I'm thinking, if this guy actually wants to reach out to me and talk to me about anything, he would, like, DM me on Twitter about it. Because I didn't.
Here's where I start to, you're probably going to start hearing me rant. And I mean rant.
That's what he was complaining about, was because I had him blocked on Twitter. He had no way to DM me about or not issues, but anything. So, all right, fair enough. This guy doesn't.
There you go, Phil. That was a grown-up maneuver.
So I unblocked him on Twitter at one point.
Unblocked him.
Okay. So then I wait, and basically,
did he just try to blow his nose? I think he just tried to blow his nose.
Okay, the drama's
hang on.
So I don't care. I'll unblock him. It's not going to be a big deal.
Listen to this.
I blocked him on Twitter at one point. Okay. So
is he sucking in or blowing out?
And
I think, yeah, he sucked in a freaking nose nugget.
I don't hear, nothing happens. We're done. The drama's over. Okay, the drama's all done with. Okay, good. Whatever that podcast idea was, it's gone. It's shot. Who gives a shit, right? All of a sudden, I want to say it was about a month ago. I'm not exactly sure when. I'm sure people could look it up because it was him doing this on Twitter again. He tweets out and he says, "Oh, I've noticed that Darksydephil unblocked me on Twitter." He's saying this on Twitter.
Yeah, Phil.
Darksydephil has unblocked me on Twitter. Well, I have a business proposition for him. Someone get him to DM me on Twitter.
Oh, look at the face. Look at the face. It's like, what? Huh?
Let's
what? Dude.
For emphasis. I have a business opportunity I want to offer Darksydephil. Have him DM me on Twitter.
He's so confused.
In business, if you have something you want to talk to someone about, don't you contact that person? This would be like, I'm a talent, right? In this case, I'm considered a talent, right?
Phil, okay, we are 13 minutes in. How many times has Phil said he wants nothing to do with Keemstar? I want nothing to do with him. I don't want to talk to him. I don't want to deal with him. He just got through telling us that he told Boogie that he doesn't want anything to do with Keemstar. So, I wonder why. And at this point, I mean, it's not like if Keem, I bet you this was probably the situation is that Keem tried to talk to him and he was blocked. And so he thought he was still blocked because Phil's timeline is no, there's no point to try to understand his timeline. It's just one incoherent story after another. That this was probably before DSP unblocked Phil, or DSP unblocked Phil. This is probably before DSP unblocked Keem. So, therefore, it's not like Twitter tells you when you are unblocked from somebody. So, if DSP had unblocked Keem and Keem was trying to get a hold of Phil and Keem was blocked, maybe Keem was trying to go through other avenues to talk to you and didn't realize that he wasn't unblocked or he was blocked. So Phil, I think, is tangling up like I don't want to say important information because, well, I guess the details are important and the timeline would need to be understood. But in either case, Phil, you said you didn't want to talk to Keem. So Keem's wanting to talk to you, but he's I will give it to Keem because I'm trying to look at the glass half full here, that he doesn't want to piss you off because he wants this to go through. So he's trying to get in contact with you in the best way that he knows how and can. And that's through a third party. But let's see how our little piglet spins this.
Content creator, I'm a talent on the internet. You want
He's a talent. One in the sea of a million, Phil. One in the sea of a million. You're not special. Anyone can, like a 5-year-old can start up a YouTube account and start making videos. You're not a talent.
to have a talent involved in a project that you
I'm not a talent.
You reach out to the talent. Not the talent has to reach out to you. What
Oh, really? I wonder how all those actors and actresses got jobs. Oh, were they already well known? Did the studios, say, "Oh, please, please come and be in our movie," or did they? Oh, I don't know. Go through talent agents or go to rehearsals or whatever the fuck it's called to get onto these shows. I don't know, Phil. I mean, I'd almost say that Keem's busier than you, and you probably need to be talking to him, but I mean, he did go out of his way to say, "Hey, someone get Darksydephil to DM me. I've got a proposition for him."
are you talking about? I don't know why you want to contact me. I don't know what this is regarding. I don't know if this is anything I ever want to.
That's why you contact him, Phil.
Keemstar as a person or a content.
Sorry. I'm gonna try to not get too loud.
So I ignore it.
I don't know. I don't understand, guys. Oh my god. Like this guy Keem? Yeah, he's just talking to me out of nowhere. I don't know what human interaction is.
This guy starts harassing me on Twitter. He's sending multiple tweets out.
Harassment.
$50,000 signing bonus, and he'd be an idiot if he doesn't contact me. He keeps tweeting about it like 2-3 times. I guess he tweeted about it.
50. Like, I'm not going to talk much about this yet. Just let that sink in, people. Keem is offering this guy 50K. 50K. Now, think about that in real people money. What you as a person could do with 50K. Let's see what Phil could do with 50K.
And so finally, people are contacting me on my stream that day. Are you aware that Keem wants to talk to you? Why don't you talk to Keem? All right. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Okay. So what?
So finally, during that day, at some point, I think I was on a break of my stream, and I just happened to open Twitter, and I see this guy has tweeted about me a couple times. All right, I just want him to shut up. So I do.
Oh no, Phil wanted that money.
What is this? What are you talking about? Why?
Oh no. No, you don't get away with this, you little greaseball. You did not talk to him to get him to shut up. It was that sweet, sweet money that you were smelling, that you wanted. That's why you talked to him. 50K. That's what got you to talk to him. Don't try to make it sound like, oh my God, he was harassing me so much and I just wanted him to hush. Oh my, what does this guy want? He's making it sound like it's his little brother. And Phil doesn't have a brother, by the way. He's a only child. I just need to make that clear. It's like your little brother tugging at your legs like, play with me, Phil. Play with me, Bubba Phil. Ah. God, I could imagine Phil being a big brother.
Why are you talking about me? Okay? I'm going to paraphrase because apparently people are under the impression that if you read a private message word for word, it's very rude and you shouldn't do that. I mean, I learned my lesson from the John, Rambo, and Howard situation. If you didn't...
Ugh. And you can tell that he still doesn't believe reading a message word for word that was in private is wrong. Phil, should I even bother trying to say this? Reading out private DMs that was a and B conversation really shouldn't be known to anyone else. This is what's called trust, Phil. This is what you have with your friends, your family, your wife, anyone else that you should be having private conversations with. And this also goes back, Phil, to why John and Rambo got mad at you is because you couldn't separate your drama-filled life of putting your crappy content on the internet for people to watch, because yes, I'll admit at one point I even thought about this, that everything is content. If you're going to be doing something, record it, put it on the internet, get likes, views, if you're monetized, get money, and I was like, no big deal. But this is why I watch DSP. I learn from other people's mistakes. When you do that, you do not have you need to, okay, I'll put it simply this way. Separation between work and life. We all have an issue with this because, they say you shouldn't take your work home with you and you shouldn't bring your home life to work with you. You should separate the two, because if you don't, your work is going to suffer and then your home life's going to suffer. Phil couldn't do this. And this is the same concept that you should have when it comes to private messaging. It should stay private.
See me react to their video recently. They called me out for me reading text messages live on,
and he doesn't understand why.
I'm not going to do that. I learned from my mistakes. What I will do is I will paraphrase.
He knows the cause that it can bring, but he doesn't understand why it brings that. He thinks, wow, that's a great fucking steal. But again, yeah, I don't want to get into that again, but yeah, he doesn't understand it. He doesn't understand. Just keep shit private. That needs to stay private.
Okay. Paraphrase what the situation was. So, in a nutshell, Keemstar says to me that he has an idea for a show All right? This is not what a lot of people thought it was. A lot of people thought that he wanted me involved in some kind of weird content creator celebrity boxing event. That's not what it was. I guess that's what he is doing.
I'd pay to watch Phil and his flabby fucking grandma arms. Wow, can't speak.
Okay. It was something.
Get into a boxing ring with anyone.
Okay. And
I'd love to watch Phil just get his head more dented than it already is.
Or be heavily involved with. It wasn't clear. Okay. He's saying that he wants to pay me $50,000 as a sign-on bonus for this show. Okay? That's all I know. That's literally all he said. And I was like, okay, well, I don't know if I want to be involved. Can you give me details? Let's talk. No. I want to have a phone call with you to talk about it. Now, immediately that hits a red flag for me. Why? Because this guy wants to do a phone call for a good reason. Because he doesn't want to have anything in writing, right? If someone wants to have a business dealing with you, they're going to do it in writing so that there's evidence of what they said and it can be referenced later. He wants to have a phone call with me so that we can talk and he can say shit that later on he can claim he never said. I'm not stupid.
Oh, yes, you are, Phil, because you turned down $50K for your own personal vendetta and ego instead of being let's just call him a businessman for semantics sakes. A businessman doesn't turn down a good deal. Keem was putting all of his money into this, giving you a show, giving you, Wings, and Boogie $50K a piece. That's $150,000. But 50K for each of them. And you're worried about not having anything in writing at the very beginning stages of the discussion. If you want a contract, okay, let me put it this way. What Keem was probably going to discuss was more than he was willing to type. And I would almost say Keem was not around a keyboard at a time. And texting, especially on Twitter, because I'm sure that's what they were doing, was talking in DMs. And you only get, I think, 500 words DMs. There's probably a lot more that he needs to go into detail about and wants to get a lot of stuff hashed out. Now, if you Phil Burnell, David Burnell, and I'm not doxing him because that information's been out there, want it in writing, I am so sure Keem would have been more than happy to get a contract up, set it right there in front of you, because contracts are not just 500 words. They are multiple pages of text that you could sign and read. And hey, Phil, guess what? If there is anything in that contract that you do not like, you did not sign the contract yet. You do not have to commit to anything until that ink is dry and it's in his or in Keem's hands and filed. You're not obligated to do anything until that happens. So please, Phil, tell me the problem, because at this point I still don't understand why your stupid dumbass has passed up 50K. All I understand is that you don't like Keem and you have such a vehement hate for him that you passed up a golden opportunity, my friend. And Phil will tell you how golden this was.
Okay, I mean, really, honestly, I'm not born yesterday. I know how people are. I know that's why he wants a phone call. This has happened to me in the past when I used to talk to contacts at Machinima, contacts at Curse.
No, I guarantee you that what this is that, okay, so I've got to get into the Lavaria Media lore. And, okay, so a bunch of Phil's trolls, and I'll break this up as easy as possible. bunch of Phil's trolls, or was it bunch, or was it just one? Anyways, I'm getting off. So some trolls got together, wrote Phil a contract for Lavaria Media, and this was when Phil had already been canned from Machinima and was with Curse. And what it was a contract. It was another multimedia organization like Curse or like Machinima, where they were going to sign Phil, and they told Phil that not only could they get him more money per video, but also they could copyright claim every single one of the negative Let's Plays, or This Is How You Don't Plays, and any negative video for him and have them taken down. So Phil bounced from Curse, went with Lavaria, and I haven't seen the contract, but I've heard about it, and it was apparently so poorly misspelled and poorly written that, even me with my limited vocabulary and my limited understanding of the writing of English language, it sounds like even I could have picked this BS out and picked it apart. And that's sad, Phil, because you didn't read the contract. You were told basics and you liked what you heard, and that's what he went with. So now Phil wants it put simply to him, and he wants it put as easy as he can understand it before he agrees to anything. And having a multi-page contract that he would have to go through and read, that's not easy for him, because it'd probably take him a week to read it.
They would literally say, oh, let's not talk here, let's have a phone call, so that later on they could claim that the phone call didn't happen or didn't happen that way. Now, Swaggin says phone calls can be recorded. You're right, except that's wiretapping. And unless you talk on both ends and agree to people recording it, it's actually completely illegal in the United States to record a phone call and then use it as evidence of anything. It's not submissible in court, and it's actually a crime depending on what state you live in. Okay?
Okay, so just to save my own fucking bacony ass, I'm not a lawyer. And neither is Phil. But do you just love, like, this is the things that I gotta love about Phil, is when he does when he talks about the law, like, this motherfucker acts like he's been to 10 years of law school and he has represented multiple clients in a court of law. Wiretapping is illegal, but there are states that, yes, you do have to have both parties agree, and I believe that is, I know California is one. I don't think there's a lot. There's probably about 5 states that require both parties to agree to a recording, but there are loopholes around it. Most states only require one party consent. The other party does not need to know that they are being recorded. This is brought up all the flippin' time in, let's just use divorce cases, where the wife has recorded the husband without his knowledge. I mean, technically, Phil, if that is true, and this is me just, kind of throwing something out there, if you cannot record somebody without their permission. So, all those tournaments you went to where you recorded people without their permission, anytime you were out and about, anyone that's in your video that you never got a released consent form from, yeah, you broke the law by your standards, buddy. But no, I mean, if I'm wrong, please tell me down in the comments that I'm wrong. But I do know each state has individual laws regarding this and there's very few states that require two-party consent, and there are ways around it. But let's move on, shall we?
So, I know why he's doing this. I'm not stupid. All right?
Yes, you are.
So I say to him, listen, why can't we just talk about it here? We're already talking. In this DM on Twitter, we're talking. Why can't you just give me the data now? Tell me what the show is. Tell me the criteria. Tell me how you want me involved. Tell me the pay. Tell me all of it right now so we can know what we're talking about. No, I want to have a phone call. Why are you dicking me around like this? Let's just have a fucking phone call. And he's talking to me like this too, like he's swearing, and he's being completely unprofessional in the way that he's handling this whole thing. Now I'm like, no, wait a minute.
Oh, he crossed his arms,
Business arrangement,
rocking back and forth.
but he wants me to reach out to him in order to even talk about it. Then he doesn't want to put any of it in writing. He only wants to talk about
Oh, pig-splain to me.
right. Already
Pig-splain to me, Daddy Phil.
that are coming up in this process that are saying you'd be fucking stupid as shit and crazy as fuck and desperate as hell to get into any kind of a business arrangement with this gentleman. Okay? So, even then, just for the fact that I said, let's at least give the guy a chance, because I've never had any personal relationship with this guy before.
But yeah, oh, I'm ringing so hard. Oh, he says this, and then he's like, okay, whatever, Phil.
Let's have the phone call, all right?
I need to get through this video.
I basically talked to him, and I said, all right, here's the deal. I'm a busy streamer. I have double streams every day. On my day off, I'm not available because I spend it with my wife. So here's when I'm available. I'm available at this time and this time, this time and this. I gave him slots of time that he could call me to have this conversation.
Power move for you, Phil.
First day,
Your ego's too big.
during my break, ready to answer the phone if he called me, because I was
Sat around during his break
and was going to call me. He did not call me. Again and again and again at the times that I was available, he didn't call me. Okay?
You think he's busy, Phil?
He starts calling me randomly at times that I never told him I was available, like during my streams. One day I'm sitting here and I look, missed call. It's him. He's calling me. My
Oh,
fucking stream. I told him I wasn't available.
I'm gonna let the second Keem video speak for this.
I'm available. All right. Then all of a sudden, I don't hear from him again. I'm like, all right, maybe it's over with. Then he comes into my stream about 2 weeks ago, and he's like, Phil, when are we going to talk about business? Phil, why are you like ghosting me about business? I was like, Keem, I don't know what you're talking about. I really have no idea what you're talking about.
You don't know what he's talking about, Phil? You were in messages with him talking about a podcast, about business. And you're like, I don't know, guys. I don't know what he's talking about. You fucking idiot.
You know, it's not what happened. You said you wanted out. You refused to talk in a DM. You wanted a phone call. I told you when I'm available for phone calls. You still haven't called me during those times. Instead, you insist on calling me when I'm always busy working. So, that was it.
Oh my God. You know what? I'll say this about it. Phil, at best, you're going to make $150 per stream, streaming 2 hours a day. That's $300, you fucking knuckle-headed motherfucker. Keem is offering you, just you, well, not just you, but 50K sign on. You know what? How many fucking streams is that? How many goddamn streams is that? That Phil, let's see, 50K and let's see, 50K divided by 300. 160, if I did that right. 166 streams. What's the better deal? hash things out with Keem, be late to his stream. Oh, and this is if he makes the 150 goal for 2 of his streams, by the way. Which we all know, well, his streams lately have been very lackluster to where God's lucky if he makes $100 a day. You know, I'm not shitting on $100 a day. That's decent money. But to talk with somebody, and this goes back to Phil being complacent and happy. Well, I wouldn't say happy, but managing his streams and his quote unquote business in a steady manner and never taking risk. And this was all a power play. Don't let this little piggy fool you into thinking that this was anything more than a power play, because you know what? I'm just going to say it. He knows he's got 5 or 6 people completely brainwashed into giving him money for streams. Anytime he goes and cries poor, and I swear, if it was like everything he's done, even the bank leaks coming out, and these people still give him money. If you can't see something as blatant as this, that he passed up a 50K deal with Keem, which would have put him in, oh, not there yet. Hold up. But he couldn't take and rearrange his stupid little schedule to work things out. I'm sorry, Phil. If you think you're such a big talent, where's the money? Where's the subs, my friend? Where are you right now on stream? Streaming to 200 people? 300 people? 4? And how many of those do you know are bots? How many of those are bought? Phil? This is why Keem says you're on level 1. Because you're not willing to take a risk. Keem was willing to take a risk on you. And Boogie and Wings. You know, I'll put it in a way that you can understand. Marvel, when they hired Robert Downey Jr. for Iron Man, RDJ was not a get. In fact, he was a pariah pretty much from Hollywood. They took a risk on him. The entirety that Marvel is now is all thanks to the work Robert Downey Jr. did in Iron Man. Every actor, Hemsworth, ScarJo, Chris Evans, anyone that is in a Marvel movie right now has Robert Downey Jr. to thank for his performance on Iron Man. And Favreau for how Iron Man was done. That was a risk that Disney could take because they had the money. If it failed, it failed. Keem is taking that risk on you and the 2 other cows. Get out of your own ass, Phil. I know you won't, because you like being up your own ass.
And then I didn't hear from the guy again for several, weeks.
Oh yeah, that was
All of a sudden,
him.
out of the blue,
Sorry.
Skyrim stream of all streams, right? The stream that has like
Quit picking at your fucking beard.
on my stream, and he starts insulting me. Oh, so you
Insulting
your viewers for income? but you won't take $50,000 for me to be on my show. What's your problem, Phil? Why won't you take?
That doesn't sound like begging. Oh my God. That doesn't sound like insults to me, Phil. That sounds like pointing a point out. Yeah. Yeah. What's the problem? Taking 50K from Keem, or taking pennies from your fans, putting the financial burden of your life on their backs? Oh, Phil. When I said this guy got under my skin in this video, it really, really did. Because this is someone who doesn't value his fans. He doesn't value anything in his life. And I'll point to it again. Grown 40-year-old man sitting with little toys and trinkets and empty boxes. And nothing else in his life to show for it.
Take my call. I'm like,
huh?
So I literally said on my stream, so should I ban you now or later? Because nothing's going to come of this.
Oh, I bet you loved that, didn't you, Phil? Because you've got all the power in your little 200 stream chat. Yep, the little stream chat. That you, big mighty Phil Burnell, can ban the troll Keemstar. Jesus Christ.
It's good. You're on my stream derailing it and talking shit. How should you think I'm going to handle this? Do you think this is going to be a positive outcome for you? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you have to use your brain.
Look at that smile.
I want you to think about every interaction I've now had with this guy. Okay? Years ago, he makes fun of me on his drama alert. Okay? Then I don't
Everyone did. Get the fuck over it.
hear from him for like 5 years.
Oh, we're still making fun of you for jacking off on stream. Might do it again.
No contact at all. He makes a public posts about me saying I'm going to be on a podcast he's never spoken with me about ever. Okay? He complains that he's blocked on my Twitter. I unblock him on my Twitter after he demands that I do so. And then he demands that I DM him, even though he's the one who wants to reach out to me for a business opportunity.
Oh, a point that I didn't bring up. Phil, why'd you block him in the first place? If you already didn't want to have anything to do with him and you blocked him, why'd you unblock him? Was it the 50K talking, Phil? Was it? I think it was.
He demands I DM him. It's like some weird power thing for him. You
power thing.
Because I am the high and mighty Keem, so you come to me. I know I don't reach out to anyone. You come to me, right? Power play or something weird in his head.
No.
Figure that one out.
It's your fucking ego, man.
That one, I'm sure they'll definitely tell you about the complex this guy probably fucking has in his head. Okay? And then when we finally talk, he refused.
The complex Keem has? Granted, I'm not gonna lie and say that he doesn't. I'm sure Keem does. But dude's got the bank to back it up with. Phil, you require anyone that you ban to write you an apology letter. You have an apology fetish because that is the only power that you have. You little man. You... that's all I need to say on that one.
He was just to tell me what he's talking about. He wants to have a phone call. So I tell him when he can call me, and he won't call me at those times.
166 streams at Phil making his max money for the day. If he would have took this offer, 166. I'm telling you, let that sink in for a minute.
It's like, if ever you could get red flags involved in a situation, I think I had about 14 of them at this point, right? So I want absolutely nothing to do with this guy. Like, seriously, nothing. If I never heard about Keemstar ever again in my life, I would still have heard about him too much. I don't care about this man. I don't care about the kind of content he makes. I don't care.
No, you care about Howard, don't you?
I don't care about the pain and misery he causes others to make a buck. All right? He insulted me multiple times on the internet. In fact, months ago, someone had asked.
Oh, level one. Level one.
And I made a comment saying I don't like him and the kind of content he makes. And he made a comment, honestly.
But yet, hang on. let's back this up for a minute. Phil said he never knew about Keemstar before he started talking about him and the podcast. But yet, he blocked him for some reason. And he didn't care for him and the kind of content that he made. But he didn't know who Keemstar was before he started talking about him. This video is gold. Like, this has got to be peak DSP. But then again, I thought DSP peaked years ago. And I'm sure people thought when he masturbated on stream, he peaked. But it just gets better. I mean, the masturbation thing was funny. But this is just sad. And, it's sad. That's the only word that I have for this right now. Is it's just sad. But yeah, let's get into the level 1 comment.
A video saying that I'm at level 1, I'm poor, and I'm at level.
Now listen to him. We watched the level 1 comment. Well, Keem did say that he was poor, but not for the reason Phil's about to make it out to be.
1 as a content creator. I never got past level 1. I never beat the first stage. While he's up there rich, living in mansions, driving his fucking Ferrari and shit, right?
Dating 18-year-olds.
This is the shit that he says about me publicly. Yet then he wants to have a business arrangement with me. Like, what? Right? So here's what I have to say.
Yes, because guess what, Phil? Keem is a businessman, and he is an opportunist. He seen an opportunity to make money for you and Boogie and Wings, and for him to wet his whistle a little bit as well. He knew all 3 of y'all were in financial straits. But, and I'm sure Keem probably doesn't like you either. Probably not as much as you dislike him, because I don't think Keem really rolls like that. I think he is a businessman first, and he puts his personal shit aside when it comes to making money. But you can't. You can't, Phil. You can't get over your hatred, your hate boner you have for him. You can't get over the fact that no one will bow to, or Keem won't bow to you, and that he's demanding things of you. And you've even said multiple times, I know nothing about the guy, but yet he's calling me or DMing me, demanding things of me out of the blue. And like I said, Phil's timeline of events is so screwed up. It's difficult without me doing massive amounts of research on when things happen. And I'm just not willing to put that much effort into Phil, because this guy's a joke on his own. But yeah, you're not willing to make money and put your personal vendetta aside. Keem is. Let's move on.
This is how I'm going to end it. I promise you this, everyone.
Oh no, we still got another 20 minutes.
Further involvement with this man. As of right now, this is a statement I'm going to make. All right, it's going to be the final statement I have to say on Keemstar. I don't care what drama he tries to bring up as a result of me saying it. I don't care if he talks about me on Twitter and he makes his little video shits to himself. I don't care what he does. The guy, go on, have your life. Leave me the fuck alone. All right. However, here's what I will say. It doesn't matter in life. All right. How much
here we go.
You have, how much popularity you have, whatever you have, all that shit is superficial. Right? It's all superficial. What matters in life is that you, through your actions and through the legacy you leave behind, right, you feel like you've done something positive. At least for me, in my life, that's my goal. When I die, I want to be able to say, I did something good on this planet. All right? I left something behind that helped people, that put a smile on someone's face, that did something nice, right? that maybe people, even though there's people out there who absolutely hate me, hopefully there's enough people who I've helped somehow with the legacy that I've left behind that it improved someone's life situation in some possible way. Certainly there's things that I've done over the years that have not done that, but I like to think that
Bill, 14 years. This guy has done nothing with his life in 14 years. He has played video games. He has masturbated on stream. He has said racist things. He has berated his chat. And here you have him saying that this legacy that he leaves behind, this DSP gaming that he leaves on YouTube, a site that, yes, even though is backed by Google, can in an instant go boop at any point in time. This is his legacy. This is what Phil feels when he is taking his final breath. He can smile. He can, in his gout-ridden brain, see his life flash before his eyes. And he can see everything that he did. And this, all that is something that he can take that final breath and be happy about. That's what he can be happy about. As I think I said before, there is something to be said about sticking to your guns. But what Phil is doing is not sticking to his guns. He is being an obstinate asshole and creating a power play, or thinking that he has the power to control a situation. He only has as much power as far as his stream reaches, and as far as the people that are on his stream he can control. Phil has nothing. Again, I point to his empty boxes and his little trinkets. Yes, you cannot take money with you when you go, but you can have a pretty nice quality of life while you are still here on this plane of existence. Phil, who has a bad back, runny nose, horrible complexion, a gouty disease that he put on himself from eating too much fast food and drinking way too much. He will probably not make it to 70. In all honesty, if he makes it to 60, I would be surprised. And we'll see it. We'll see him streaming in his 60s. There's grandmas on here. You know, look at Skyrim Grandma. She's cool. And she also told, who is it? Phil Spencer, to get to working on Dragon Age 6, or Dragon Age, Elder Scrolls 6. Shout out to Gaming Grandma. But Phil's not going to have a legacy. The day his stream ends for the very final time, he will be forgotten. Now, maybe if the site makes it that long, if any of his content makes it past YouTube and people are archiving it on Odyssey or any other site, you know, maybe a place that isn't going to get taken down, Phil will be lost to time. I mean, I said earlier in this video that 5-year-olds can make YouTube accounts. 5-year-olds can make videos. Phil is getting left behind already. The only reason he even still has any relevance is the 5 people that still give him money and the detractors that continue to talk about him. Because guess what? It's not all about the money that you scam out of people. It's about how much of a dirtbag of a person that you are and showing it to the world. I do hope you get famous, Phil. I hope that you have all the fucking success in the world because you will not know how to fucking handle it. You will be ran off the internet by your own, well, by the success that the internet gives you. Because you, sir, are on level 1. You rage at things that you shouldn't rage about. A 14-year-old content creator should know better and should know how to make a better effort with his videos and his contents. And understand that, yes, you do have to put money into a business. From what I've understood, people that own their own businesses, you pay yourself 30%. And that might even be too much. Whatever money you make, you take 30% of it. And you know where the 70% goes? You pay your employees or you put it back into the business. And guess what? If you needed more money to pay the employees because they had a salary that you needed to pay, you pay yourself less. Because the business is what needs to succeed. Because that's long-term thinking in order to make a living for yourself. Even because the more the business succeeds, the more money you will eventually get, because not everything comes at one time. You have to work at this, Phil. You have to work at a life, and you're 40 and you have nothing to show for it. I know you say you're over the hill, but at 40 years old, you should have something instead of empty boxes and little toys. You don't own your house. You don't own your car. You're in massive debt. This is not where someone in their 40s should be.
Overall, in the 14 years that I've made content, all right, that at the very least, there's people out there who feel like what I've done has meaning for them. Positive meaning, not negative meaning, that I've derided people and made fun of people and it hurt others, but that what
You make fun of people every night on your stream.
I've done is basically something that, you know what I mean, that helped out overall in the grand scheme of things.
Helped out overall. Just went through that rant. Don't do it again.
Okay? And that's all I care about. Really. I don't care about the glory. I don't care about the popularity, the celebrity, the money. How many...
Clipping that. Clipping that. I don't care about the glory. I don't care about the money. I don't care about the popularity. Make your streams free, Phil. I said this before. Make them free. If you don't care about any of that, go take your non-existent skills, your useless degree, go get a fucking job and make your streams free. If it's all about leaving that legacy and making people happy and helping them out, turn off your tips, turn off your Patreon, turn off any way of making money online, and quit bleeding your fucking subs. And just stream and play the game and do your stupid little podcast. I actually think it would be funny to see you not bring in money from this. And you'd probably get a lot less trolling for it, because who cares? You're not begging anymore. You're just another person on YouTube or on Twitch playing games poorly and having fun with your audience. I mean, I'm not going to say there's not anybody that wouldn't make fun of you for that, but at the end of the day, no one would care, because it's just you doing you. And if that's what it's all about, man, shut DSP Enterprises down and go get a job.
Times over the years have I told you guys, I had all these opportunities to sell out, especially when I was a big YouTuber back in the day, and I had
I'm going to let him talk on this one.
way more popularity than I do now. I had all these opportunities to completely sell out like lots of other content creators have. How many content creators do you constantly see them playing games early, getting the early access, plugging the shit out of a game, having to put hashtag ad in all their content? I was in that group that I could have done that. I refused. I said I want to make meaningful content for my audience. And guess what? Direct result of those choices have put me where I am today. Every week I tell you guys how money's tight, right? And I'm honest with you.
Okay. So yeah, Phil, you just said all your choices have put you in the position that you're in right now. So yeah, you know, when you were popular and you didn't take those sponsorships that could have netted you more money, and you did take sponsorships. I mean, let's fucking be real here. You took your Loot Crate sponsorship. You took your, you took that stupid Share sponsorship that fell through. You got games early. You got Fallout 4 early. And these are just ones that I know about. Don't ever let Phil tell you that he didn't take sponsorships, because he did. Just because he doesn't do them all the time, because nobody wants to touch him with a 10-foot pole. And it'd probably slide right off anyways because of all the fucking grease. And the smell's probably keeping him away. Phil, you're not the blue-collar gamer. You got lucky, and that's what all lolcows have in common, is they got lucky. And you don't know how to handle this internet shit. You don't know how to run a business. You call it shilling, and you like to think that what you're doing is, let's just say, for the good of all mankind, because I am the most upstanding content creator on this platform. I don't do ads. Phil, just because you don't do ads for other people doesn't mean that when you're begging for money, that's not an advertisement. You're asking for people to give you money, and you're advertising that you need money. You're advertising your content. Semantics though, right? But it doesn't make you better because you didn't take those opportunities, or you say you didn't take those opportunities. And when you say this, what you're actually saying is that the people that I've bled dry for the last 14 years, yeah, I'd rather do that than put the work in and make the effort to do a review on a game or a product. I'd rather take their money than take a company's money, which would be more steady income and more favorable income, in my opinion. But it doesn't make you better, Phil. It makes you an idiot. And I know I've said he's an idiot multiple times, but it's just a word that rolls off so well. I feel sorry for the people that have supported him. I feel sorry for anyone that's given money to him. Even the troll tips. Or the sincere tips. Because you're not getting anything. You throw money at him, and it slides right off of his greasy back. Right into Vince McMahon's wallet.
You guys, it is. Every week my money is tight here. Currently right now.
Yeah, tight. I kind of already went into that one, but I'll rehash it just a little bit. Yeah, tight in that he says that, we had to buy store brand name groceries. So tight in that same week that he bought the store name brand groceries that him and his lovely wife got to go eat sushi. Tight. Real tight.
The reason that I'm still financially in a hole is because I owe tons of back taxes to the federal government that I'm trying to slowly pay off.
That was your fault, Phil. That is not your fans' problem. You are the one that moved across country. You are the one that had 11 credit cards that you maxed out and didn't pay a dime of it back when you were rolling in money from Machinima. And I think he even said that in this same video. So that's on you, homie.
But it's going to take me a long time to get to a point where I'm not like that.
Oh, and again, turned off or declined 50K. Couldn't get out of his own ass to make his life better. Declined 50K.
Anymore. It sucks. And that's because of the choices I made. Now, I could have made a lot of sellout choices over the years that would have put me in much better financial position. But I didn't do those. I felt like I was doing the right thing.
And that's a win for him.
$50,000 is a lot of money.
Oh, yes.
Right now,
Tell us, Phil. Tell us the life-changing ability of $50,000.
For something. It could be life-changing. I'm not exaggerating to tell you, if I made $50,000 right now, I could immediately get rid of that financial burden that's on my back. The back taxes and all of that. It would put me in a much better financial position moving forward. I'd have a safer future and more secure future for my family. Okay? I'm just being honest and transparent with you guys. It would help me out tremendously to take a payday like that. All right? But when I sat down, I thought about it. And by the way, it's not just me making these decisions. It's always a family effort between myself and my wife. I want to make that very clear. I'm going
to let him talk because this is building up.
I'm the guy in charge and I'm the big shot and I need to make all the decisions around here. Every choice is between the two of us because that's what happens when you're married. You share your life and you share your responsibility. So when this was going down,
I ain't going to deny that.
The entire time we had these conversations and we came to the conclusion together that despite the fact that $50,000 could help us dramatically, it would put us from the, what do they say, from the red to the black. It would get me out of this back debt that I can't catch up on and pay, and it would put me back in a place where now we could look at positively to the future. Fuck, $50,000, we could probably go on a honeymoon, which we didn't get when we got married 3 years ago. We could probably improve everything of this business. I could immediately buy a new PC, upgrade my setup and all that. That's a lot of fucking money. So it's a serious thing to consider, even if you hate the fucking guy who's involved in it, who's claiming he's going to give it to you. All right? But I'm sorry. All right? I'm sorry. I have to think that there has to be something to be said for standing by your guns, sticking to your guns, and sticking by.
Oh, I love that look. Okay, let's get back. Let's get it. Let's get this. I want to get that. I want to get that look. I want to get that off to the side look.
Who's claiming he's going to give it to you? All right, but I'm sorry. All right.
Oh, come on, get it. I want that. Damn it.
We got married 3 years ago. We could probably.
There it is. Okay. Where do I fucking begin? All right. He talks about 50K. He talks about all the things that it would fix. Everything he's been bitching and begging for the last, I'll give him 3 months. The PC, the back taxes, which has been 2 years. Motherfucker makes $100K a year. Should I done had that shit caught up? Which means he's paying like the bare fucking minimum. I mean, seriously, the dude makes more than 50K a year. And it's been 2-3 years, I think, since he filed bankruptcy and all that bullshit. But the 50K would instantly wipe that away. And he'd still have money left over for a honeymoon, for a new PC. What else did he fucking say? Anyways, everything. 50K would solve everything. If he got 50K today, it would solve everything. And okay, yes, he has a wife and he has a cat. He calls that his family. I have a more solid definition, but that's because I have a wife and children and animals. Like, I've got, how many fucking cats do I have? I have 6 cats and a dog. But this guy acts like, anyways, that's not the point of this one. When you are a man, and yes, I am saying he is not a man, because a man, when he is looking at an opportunity such as this, that would be able to solve, and I mean, Keem is solving all of his problems with this deal, the 50K deal, and everything that he just named off. For him to turn that down and, you know, yes, I'm trying to get this straight. For him to turn it down off of his vendetta and his dislike for Keem is the most childish, most juvenile thing that I swear I think I've ever actually seen him do. Because again, when you are a man, and even when you are, if you, we'll call him a businessman for just argument's sake, you don't turn down a good deal. And if him and his wife did discuss it, which, you know, if he did, like he says they did, but I have no, there's no proof that they did. There is no reason to believe him because of how much he lies. But I'll give it to him. I'll give you that benefit of the doubt, even though you don't deserve it, Phil. That you talked it out with Kat, and you want us to believe that she said her, like, y'all's life, being able to take that honeymoon that you've been promising her since the marriage, that she's going to tell you not to do it, that she'd much rather take the hard road instead of the easy road. I don't see it. And again, this is someone who claims this is his family. As a man, as a man myself who takes care of people and other living beings, being my animals, you don't get to make decisions based on your feelings, or really based on if you dislike somebody. You make decisions based on what is best for the family, the unit. Because when you are a provider, a caretaker, the person that brings home the goddamn bacon, you go to work sick. You go to work with pains and aches. If you've only had 2 hours sleep, you get your ass up and you go to fucking work. Because guess what? That is your family to take care of. I swear, this is the thing that incited this video. This is why I had to stop, rig up this avatar, turn this record button on, and talk about this. Because I am livid that Phil's not much older than me. I just turned 35. He just turned 40. There's 5 years difference. he has less responsibility. And I know this probably sounds like a little bit of jealousy, but you know, in this kind of situation, comparative, and I am comparing me to him. This is not a man. This is not any member of society that has anything to offer. He is a goddamn stain that only wakes up to exist. Phil will not be missed when he is gone. I doubt anyone will notice when he is gone. And if that sounds harsh, I am sorry, but Phil's not taking care of his family. What Phil does is he allows his stream chat to take care of everything for him. And Phil gets to live like a child. He gets to play video games. He gets to play with his little toys. And I'm really starting to get on board with the fact that his wife is not his wife. She is a surrogate mother for him. Whereas the deal is that she cooks, she cleans. And, you know, they're like, it's like the best marriage ever because she doesn't have to have sex with him. Not that sex gets great after marriage anyways, but in that case, in any case, this guy, his viewers pay to watch a man child. This is a man child. And I really wish we had a better word because I don't want to use the word man because it degrades everything that a man actually is. He can't even look into the camera when he tells this lie. He knows he fucked up. He knows that he has to somehow spin to his audience of however many people it is that this was a good decision. Now, I did say earlier that there is something for standing up for yourself. But again, a man knows when to swallow his pride. When there is a offer such as this on a table and you're in desperate need of it, you've been in desperate need of it for years. To turn it down, that's just childish. That has nothing to do with business. That has nothing to do with anything other than being an adult and being the head of a household. The selfishness that he is putting on full display here. Why he would ever get another cent, because he basically just told his chat, the world, or the people that pay attention to him, that I am DSP. I would rather sit on stream with my hands out asking for you to pay for my games, to pay for my house, to pay for my car, to pay for the fucked up situation that I'm in with taxes. Oh, and why don't you just go ahead and take care of my wife for me? Oh, and my cat. And let me continue to just royally bend you over and fuck you. That is the DSP we're looking at.
Improve everything of this business. I could immediately buy a new PC, upgrade my setup and all that, right? That's a lot of
pay someone to fix your damn setup.
thing to consider. Even if you hate the fucking guy who's involved in it, who's claiming he's going to give it to you, all right? But I'm sorry, all right? I'm sorry. I have to think that
He got no words.
something to be said for standing by your guns, sticking to your guns, and sticking by your morals. All right. Yeah,
If you had morals, yes.
I would feel like I took blood money.
Blood money.
This guy's money.
Keemstar's blood money. Making fun of lolcows, making fun of people off the internet is blood money.
That's hearsay. That's rumor, slander, defamation.
He fucked this opportunity off of hearsay. He knows nothing. Like, granted, he's more than likely lying. But if you take his word at face value, he knows nothing about Keemstar. So he's taking hearsay, rumors, and he's fucking a deal over. He's fucking his fans over. He's fucking his family over.
Multiple people over the years have come out and said the things he have done have concretely hurt people. He doesn't take mental.
Name him, Phil.
He said things and got stories wrong that hurt people's reputations. So
which stories, Phil?
Would I want to be involved with this guy? Right? Even if it's life-changing in a positive way for me and my family, why would I?
And your stream.
And by the way, it really is a rabbit hole that once you fall down it, you probably can never get back out of. Because if I got involved with this guy in any kind of a capacity, it could negatively affect me and what I do here on a daily basis. Right? It could.
How, Phil?
Have our fun
Phil, you're already... I'd say you're at rock bottom, but that would be that's not exactly a way to put it, because at rock bottom means you have nothing. You still have the 5 people to fall back on.
anymore. That this all gets lost.
I'm just saying it couldn't get any worse. Like, doing this with Wings and Boogie could only actually boost him, and I'm starting to get a little hint that he's afraid to get that boost again, because he knows he's a laughing stock. Because I mean, just look at the Wings react and the DSP react that he did. The Wings react pulled in more viewers. His, not so much.
Because now there's so much drama on the internet around me and the stuff that I do with Keemstar. That's all anyone cares about or talks about. And I don't want that. I love what I do for a living. I love you guys that
liar.
come to my streams every day and we chill and we have these fun personal conversations. And I know you guys love me and what I do because you wouldn't support.
Ban people. People want you to play Mario Strikers, Phil. You don't want to play it. You took it off the fucking viewer's choice because Mario Strikers is just online and you don't want to play online with anybody. Real viewer's choice, Phil. Deleting half the games that people wanted to play. Creating a criteria that made it that you made sure would be games that you have either already played or they're so short that it don't matter. Yeah, Phil.
If you didn't. For 14 years, I've done this in a way very different. Tell me another person who does things the way that I do it, right? No ads.
Everyone that's not monetized, you greasy motherfucker.
Ads, no shilling, no sellout shit. And it's hilarious that people constantly compare me to people that do that shit when I don't.
Because you have them.
One person who's not doing any of that shit, right?
You put the financial burden on your stream.
It blows me away. Why, Phil, why is it that you have to ask your viewers for support and help and you know, beg? Why do you beg on your streams? All right? Because I
address the begging.
Made choices so that I can not only be true to myself and my own moral code, but that
moral code my ass.
Any piece of content that I make, you know that this is Phil talking to you in an honest manner, being transparent about a thought about a game or a thought about anything else that I talk about. I've actively tried to keep myself away from anything that would make me commercial, that would make me a shill, that would make me a sellout, or that would make me all about.
This is the mentality. Oh, wow. So many good shots. Um, this is the mentality of an 18-year-old or early 20s. I'll bump it up a little bit. Phil, you can do a product, and if it's just not up to snuff, say what you really feel about it. Give the money back. Now, I don't know if this is 100% possible, but I don't know if you know who Linus Tech Tips is. Linus, I know people have given him shit, and I think he has shielded some products, but there has been times that there has been glaring problems. And I'll just use Intel and Ryzen, their CPUs. Linus called, like, when the Ryzen CPU came out and it just kept getting better and better and better, and Intel just kept putting out subpar product after subpar product, Linus still got review CPUs. But he still told you that the goods and the negatives of it. You know, you said that there were copious amounts of gray. I think it was this video that I heard him say that in. But regardless of if he said it, I'm here to tell you that right now, that the world is full of copious amounts of gray. Nothing is just purely shit. Nothing is just purely good. There are ways to do reviews within guidelines that you can still give an honest review by talking about the good things and about the negative things. And then guess what? Don't treat your audience like they're idiots, and let them make up their own minds. And hey, if the company keeps giving you shit, don't work with them again. It's as simple as that. And once that NDA is broke, fucking trash them. I mean, I don't know how else to say it. I actually would love to do reviews on stuff myself. And now I'm trying to shill and whore myself out. Talk to me, companies. I'll give you a product a good review.
Content at the expense of others. And I think that's really how I could really summarize this. Content at the expense of others. If you're someone who's a constant advertisement, you're using other people's time. At the expense of others, you're making a living. If you're someone who just makes drama content, you're making a living on the expense of others. I don't want to do that. I want to make my own content.
A lot of this we've already talked about.
And that's why I don't want to ever involve myself in this shit. But please understand, that's why.
God dang, he is so fidgety.
Right now, all right? Yesterday was a really slow day for me on stream. I didn't make a lot of support yesterday, just being honest.
Hey, guys.
It was a very slow day.
Oh, my God. Same video saying, oh, I'm true to myself. I do it for fun. I don't care about the fame. I turned down a 50K deal. Hey, guys, guess what? I had a slow stream the other day, and it'd be really great if you'd help out on these streams coming up. I guarantee you that's what he's about to fucking say. Just, I about can't with this guy anymore. There's still, shit, 15 minutes left. I hope it gets into something else, because I'm pretty much done with him. I believe I've said what I wanted to say. I am sufficiently not all that angry anymore, but this is about as far as I got into the video.
All right, today I'd like to make up for that. Will I? I don't control it. It's you.
Hey guys, support my stream.
How much you're liking the content I'm doing in a given day, how much you can afford to support that content. That's the model that I operate on.
And you're an idiot for that.
Model, I mean, I guess anyone who's crowdfunded on the internet like I am, I guess adheres to that model. And I'm in a situation where I don't have sponsors, I don't have things to advertise, I don't do that purposefully, so that my content is different.
I already said that. Financial burden put on his stream chat.
And criticize me and tear me down and say that I'm a beggar and I'm a loser and I'm on level 1. You can say whatever you want, man. Go ahead. Make me feel like shit. Like I don't already on a daily basis, right? Like I can't. The fact that
Oh, poor
the
Phil.
fact that you know, every week, basically, I'm paycheck to paycheck. Like I don't already feel like shit behind the scenes. You know, go ahead.
You're paid. You're paycheck to paycheck by your own design. Oh, the rage is back. Just got finished saying, this is by design. I do this by design, and I'm paycheck to paycheck. That means you choose to live paycheck to paycheck. That means you like the begging.
And you try to bring me down. You're such a big man for saying those nasty things about me on Twitter, right? You're just a Keemstar. You're just such a great, really.
No, he's speaking truth to you, Phil, and that's what you don't like. You don't like when someone tells you the truth. Because when the truth gets told to you, it gets right in to that fatty little part of your head, and it starts to eat away. And it just sits there. And you have to find some way to one up somebody. I can't wait. I can't wait to see what you do to clap back at Keem. Because I guarantee you, this 45 minutes that you spent talking about this situation. Oh God, I forgot we still got a second Keem video. Fuck. It's not enough for you. It's not. You have to be the big man. You have to get your last word, even behind the block button. And the fact that you won't talk to Keem, not with him, without him being blocked.
Powerful dude, really. Like, you're so cool that you can just stomp on people under you and use them for your own personal gain. It's just a really...
You're not a little creator.
I can tell you, there's 0 people who I've ever done that with. 0. Okay?
Oh, respect the pack. Howard, John. Let's see, numerous people in your chat, and we move on.
Even when I was at the height of my YouTube popularity, I'm not going to do that. All right. So maybe you're better than me. Maybe you're richer than me. Maybe you're, who knows, right? I don't know. You know, I don't.
It's not maybe, he is.
To be true to myself, and I get to live my life the way I like, and I'm okay. I wake up every morning with a smile.
You know, something just hit me. Phil, you don't think Keem's not doing things that he wants to do? I mean, granted, the guy wants to be an asshole, but he gets to because he's a name. You know, there is a point where you can get so big that you can demand, because you even said in this video, you are a talent, and companies will pay for your talents. And guess what? You can say whatever the fuck you want, because even if a small percentage, like if you're big enough, if you've got 1 million subs, even if a small percentage of them agree with what you say, there's going to be another percentage that might not have gotten to see that product and might still want to try it regardless of what you say. And companies know that. So please, Phil, tell me again why you need to be at level 1 and why it's so great being at level 1 and starting over and over and over again for the last 14 years. I'll wait.
On my face saying, today I get to see my beautiful wife, I get to spend time with cool people on the internet, I get to have fun stuff, and that's my life. I don't have to feel like, oh my God, look at the people whose lives
I'm not talking about his wife.
my conscience every day to put out content to make a buck. You know what I mean? I don't have to do any of that shit. So maybe you could say you're on level 99, I'm on level 1. You know what? It's nice being on level 1. Level 1's a nice, fun place. Play Sonic the Hedgehog. Look at level 1 versus level 8. Level 1's a nice place, man.
Oh my God. How's that $200 Sonic hat working out for you, Phil? Are you making any money off that? You put your Sonic hat behind the paywall? You gotten to wear that yet? Oh wait, no, you broke down when you got to the $100 tip goal and somebody put the Sonic hat on, and you put the Sonic hat on. Yeah, no one's paying $200 for that trash, Phil. Come on. And this is level 1 thinking. And again, you're not understanding the meaning behind him telling you that you're at level 1. You could be at Keem's level and still be you. You're afraid. That's all there is to it. And that's as honest as I can be, is you are just afraid. Well, you're either afraid or an idiot. And I think you're both. You don't know how to make this YouTube thing work. The fact that you stay on the internet is because of a handful of people.
Flowers, there's cool animals. I like being on level 1, maybe. Maybe that's what it is.
And you suck at Sonic.
At level 1. And I don't care about level 9.
Nope, he's got his group back, guys.
Life where everyone gets stomped under your feet so you can be on top of everyone. Maybe I just like level 1. It's a cool place, man. All right? So we'll be here forever. We'll all just be here nice and chill on level 1, having a good life. And
okay. So, guys, that is Phil telling you that he will forever, his 10-year plan that he talked out with his mommy, not happening. Phil will never progress past what he is right now. This is Phil. The unwashed, the fucked up hair, the 10-year-old shirts, the piss-stained sweatpants, the empty boxes with toys. Guys, this is a person that's on the internet. This is a person that is all right with holding his hand out and taking money. He has no shame. He has no morals. He has no ethics. This is what Phil just said, is that level 1's a good place. I'd really like to know how many people watching that have put effort into this would say level 1's a good place. I don't think level 1's a good place. I want to evolve my content.
People. Good for you. I hope that you have a nice life doing it. Leave my name out of your fucking mouth. Because I don't ever want to hear from you.
Oh, he's Will Smith now.
From your little fucking Keebler elf tree making your fudge stripe cookies.
Oh, he
do with you ever
doesn't step on people, but yet because he knows that people called Keem a gnome, he called him a Keebler elf. Oh, Phil, how mature of you.
Again, or your lawn gnome existence. Just leave me alone. Oh no, I hit below the belt. Yeah, you've insulted me a million times. You're short. Okay. All right. There you
Phil, you're short.
I got it off my chest, and that's it.
Oh, look how pleased he is with himself.
I don't care if this fucking guy says anything about me ever again. I'm not going to be involved with him or his content or any business dealings with him. I want nothing to fucking do with this guy ever again. All right? I couldn't be further away from anything else with this guy ever again. I have nothing to do with it. All right?
You're an idiot, Phil.
I got my below the belt hit in on him just like he's done with me a million times, so I got one in on him.
The problem is that his bothered you. You don't bother him.
And by the way, if he responds, I don't want to know about it. I don't care. He's blocked on Twitter.
Oh, you'll see it. Oh, people will tweet at you. Oh, Phil, you'll see it. You'll see it in your comments because you have to read them.
I'm no one. I'm literally a nobody.
Bullshit.
ever bring my name up ever again. Ever. There's just no reason. There's no benefit to him. Nothing's gonna happen.
That's the fun thing about Phil, is he wishes he was smaller so he could use YouTube to clap back at Keem and get him in trouble. The funny thing is, with all the subs that, and I say that with quotations around it, with all the subs Phil has, he's not big enough to matter, but not small enough to clap back. Huh. Funny how sometimes YouTube works. And we get this because Phil knows it. He's probably tried. He's probably tried doing the harassment thing. And YouTube's looked at him and like, you've got 200,000 subs. You're fine.
Cares about me. So to make drama content about people, like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, why are you bringing up Phil? No one cares about Phil, right? So any moment that he ever mentions me ever again is just a loss.
No, Phil, it's because you're a lolcow. And I've come to this realization, lolcows are like going to the zoo and looking at the animals. You know, you don't understand why they do it, but it's fascinating to watch what they do. The only fun thing about y'all is that y'all speak and, well, y'all speak. But sometimes feeding time is enjoyable to watch.
For him, a big L for him, proving that I live rent-free in his fucking mind. Because I'm not bringing that...
Who lives rent-free?
All right.
Is that it?
Let us move on, my friends. All right.
Can we move on? Does this mean I'm done?
Do a little bit, I guess we don't actually. Wow, it's 12:20. How time flies when you're talking about stupid bullshit, right? First of all, Snow Carl did a $1.50 tip. He says, to prevent long-term mental health issues, do you think it would be a good idea to find some way to get more socialization in real life? All right, I'm just gonna ignore the nonsense.
Snow Carl digging at Phil. Oh, because everybody tells Phil that he's a hermit. Snow Carl, thank you for being back.
Considering your long career and the storms that you've weathered, what do you think is the most unfair accusation that's been leveled against you? What's been the most untrue, harmful meme or scammer, beggar, this, that? It's like,
wait, what?
That's the thing. Like, a lot of the stuff that's said that gets the most traction is just dumb shit anyway. The escort meme, the mobile games meme, these are dumb. Who even cares about that dumb shit? I would think that the other shit would be way more hurtful to me, right? The stuff today that's said about me is so dumb that no one cares. That's why I'm able to still maintain a nice living here and have a good time with you guys on a daily basis. None of that shit, the shit that's so dumb.
Wow, I just called this. Somebody, is that a super chat or a sticker? Fuck it. It's because of the name. Phil supports the repeal of Roe v. Wade. Message deleted. Someone gave him money and he deletes it.
No one literally cares about.
That's why you don't give him money to insult him.
Literally reciting the same memes like a parrot. Like, mobile games, scammer, beggar, this, that. It's like, you sound like an idiot. No one cares.
No, Phil. You are scamming on a daily basis. You are begging on a daily basis. You do play mobile games. There's proof of it. I mean, the bank leaks prove that. You're a drinker. Total Wine, anybody? You constantly eat fast food. Again, the bank leaks proved a lot of stuff. And yet you do this really funny thing of where you try to deny and confirm the bank leaks at the same time. And oh god, that you trying to sound like a parrot. Oh, mwah, gold.
Who cares about that shit? It's such fucking old shit that you just repeat ad nauseum.
No, you're doing it now.
But they're so dumb that they're in this one-track mind repeating the same shit that doesn't matter, right?
Bill, you couldn't get out of your own head to talk to Keem.
What the most harmful shit that's ever been is when people take shit either out of context or from my
Oh, nugget of truth. Nugget of truth.
Like it happened today, and they try to cancel me. Like, for example, bringing up, you know, the video that I did about the Dead Space 2 beta, you know,
Ooh, confirmation.
that had jokes about Jewish people in it. That's terrible. And it's jokes about the Holocaust and shit in there. And I should have never made that video. It's awful. One of the worst pieces of content I've ever put up. Right? And I regret it to this day. I've apologized a million times for what a fucking idiot I was 12 years ago. Right? But people will still...
You make jokes about that shit now. It might not be just Jews, but god dang, man. You let shit slip that you act like it was 10 or 15 years ago, and it was like 10 or 5 weeks ago, or 5 or 10 weeks ago. Jen.
That video to people and say, this is Darksydephil.
It is you.
You know, he goes by the moniker, the King of Hate, and he's a racist, and he's a fuck.
Why are you doing quotations? You literally, like 3 months ago, was it 3 months ago? 2 or 3 months ago, just retired that moniker. Don't act, Phil, like the King of Hate was 10 years ago. You never stopped using it. You have you used to have a podcast called Hate Live. You liked using hate, thinking that it made you a bigger man by using it. Don't give this bullshit. That's not fucking quotationable. Yeah.
Sexist, and he's a pedophile and a groomer, and then they'll just toss a whole bunch.
Listen, there's still not been confirmation on when you and Kat started talking, or Kat, when you and Panda started talking. So, you know, in all honesty, there's not a lot of people that believe that you're a Petro. I think that's safe to say. So you could probably let that die, because I don't think there's many people that are on board with that. I think that was more of an SOK thing, but I don't know the full lore of you being called that. And I'm not calling him that. I'm just stating things that I know. And that's it was never there was no evidence ever provided of when you and Panda started talking, but she was 18 when you were in your 30s. And there's, like I said, there's no evidence of how long she'd been 18 and when y'all started talking. So I really think it would behoove you to let that one die. Oh, and the escort stuff, that's another thing, but it's the one thing that he touts up because it was thanks to detractors that he figured out that the escorts were fake. So
Out of context bullshit about me at someone or something, and then they try to get me canceled because of it. That's probably more harmful than any of the bullshit.
you're too small to cancel, Phil.
That they come up with today.
Cobridge says worse shit than you.
I could lose my livelihood, and I have, right? Like, I you know, look what happened last year. Streamlabs, out of the blue, won't take tips from me anymore. Doesn't explain why, right?
Oh, here we go with this.
The Twitch partner program, no explanation as to why besides hate speech. What hate speech? Oh, we don't have to provide evidence of that. Yes.
Yeah, they don't.
You can't violate.
No, they don't. You're a contractor, Phil. You're not an employee, Phil.
Great. And then Teespring as well, where all of a sudden my Teespring account was just deactivated. I asked them for a
Yeah, Phil. All that shit, it takes time. It's not like, oh, you can say something today and action be taken immediately. And I wouldn't want that. I would want an actual investigation.
Saying that was who I am today. It's not.
All right, this is all old shit. Let's see what else.
Things kept going as well. They don't look in the mirror to see that. That helps.
Okay. I basically, the Keem stuff was the big thing, so that doesn't even matter. So here is the 6-minute video. I'm not going to talk much in Keem because he pretty much defends himself but it just gives context
3 creators I know online who
to what Phil was saying.
stop, and all 3 of them have money issues. Always going broke. I'm talking about Wings of Redemption, who's a streamer. If you don't know him, look him up. He's a loco, all right? People go to his stream just to bully him, just to harass him. He's always complaining about money's problems, bagging on the stream for money.
Bagging.
People give him money, and he's making it, but just barely making it. There's another guy out there, Boogie2988, very popular, successful YouTuber who has fallen on hard times. He also gets bullied by multiple people online, right? Very similar situation. And then there's DSP. DSP has been bagging fucking the 200 people that show up to his stream to pay all of his bills. Instead of getting a job, he goes to the stream and says, hey guys, my taxes are up. Hey, I got to pay my gardener. Hey guys. And then he'll blow the little money he gets from his fans on like skins in a video game. And then hit up his audience and be like, hey guys, I forgot about rent. All right. So I've been seeing this shit play out with these 3. And I said to myself, because you got to understand, with all of these 3 guys, there is a whole ecosphere of other creators.
And this is the genius of Keem.
YouTube channels dedicated to clipping them, bullying them, making fun of them, right? Like there's this industry of people making money off of these guys, but these 3 are struggling. So I was on the phone with Boogie, and I go, Boogie, it's time for you, Wings, and DSP to make some of that money yourselves. You guys are entertaining. Not in the way that you think. Like you're all train wrecks, right? But you are entertaining, and you deserve to make money, and you don't deserve to be sitting here begging every fucking stream or every fucking show just to make it from paycheck to paycheck. You guys need to do something to make some money. I got a brilliant idea. Why don't I take the 3 of you, put you on a podcast? We will call it the Low Call Podcast. Low Call. How is it called? How is it?
Even the shit talkers can't say low cow.
It'll be fucking brilliant. Boogie goes, you know what, Keem? You got a lot of experience in podcasts. You made millions of dollars in podcasts. I trust you. I'm down for it. I'm like, hell yeah, Boogie. Hell yeah. I'm like, I know this will work. I know this will fucking work. And I was looking at all the channels that hate on these guys, and I'm like, you know what? They would fucking love this podcast. That's content for them.
Yeah.
You know, they're part of this thing. They help promote the podcast by talking shit about them, right? It all works.
Hey, free advertisement, right? Genius.
Right? So
who would know that this would work?
Wings, apparently Wings is kind of down, right? Wings was like somewhere in the middle, if I remember correctly. But I had to talk to DSP. So I made some tweets, try to get a hold of him. He was the most difficult person in the world to get a hold of. He's tweeting back and forth publicly, telling me, hey, hit up my email. Bitch, I'm a creator. You're a creator. We don't email each other. We just talk. All right, we're equal.
See, new age of entertainment kind of does something a little different. Maybe DSP can quit being a dinosaur for 5 seconds. Oh, and Keem's coming up on a really good part.
We jump on the phone and we have conversations. I couldn't get on the phone with him. He was being so fucking difficult. Hit my email line or email my business line. Go fuck yourself with your fucking publicly, bro. You're gonna miss out on this $50,000 because I figured they get about a $50,000 sign-on bonus for the first fucking year of this podcast. All three of them. If I had to front the money, I'd front the money because I know this show would make a lot of money. I know this show would be wildly successful. That's how much I believe in this concept and this idea. So,
dude, get Amber Lynn.
DMs and he goes, listen, I got to stream it this time. I got to distribute this time and da-da-da-da.
Fuck Phil. Get Amber Lynn.
I don't care when you stream. You're streaming in front of 200 people. Get the fuck on the phone with me so we can have a conversation about this.
You remember when DSP said that he couldn't because he's working 200 fucking people on stream, and I don't even think he made $50 that night. So again, motherfucker passes up $50K for $40. Again, would rather make pennies than dollars. Or hench pennies? Fuck it. Keem's fucking killing it. And I'm not that big of a Keem fan. He's funny.
I can't. Okay, fine. So I wait till the next day. Try to hit him up. He's fucking streaming. Every time I try to have a fucking conversation with this fucking loser, DSP, he is streaming in front of 200 people making about, I'm going to say on average, $4 an hour. $4 an hour. Motherfuckers working at
$4 an hour. $4.
But you can't get on the phone when
Level 1. It's good being at level 1.
fucking paycheck. Like, this shit is so fucking frustrating. So I give up on it, you know? Even though it's a brilliant idea, and even though you shouldn't give up on your dreams, I give up on it. I'm off to doing other stuff. I'm building all different types of fucking shit all over the place. I got fucking so many goddamn companies and projects going on. I'm off doing that shit. I forget about this. And I go on YouTube a couple nights ago, and I ended up on DSP's stream, and he was there saying that he needed money for fucking something, and he was sitting there asking people with real fucking jobs to pay his bills again. And I got frustrated. And I said, and you won't get on the fucking phone with me? In his chat, and he banned me from his chat. This dude is a piece of fucking garbage. If you are watching videos and you're paying his bills, you're a fucking loser. You should not support this guy. He had an opportunity to make serious money to entertain you, and he wouldn't do it. But you're gonna still fucking give him $200? You're gonna give him $50 to pay his fucking bills? Nah, you got a job. You keep your money. Fuck that guy. See, ladies.
All right. So, guys, we are over the 3-hour mark. Ha! Fuck your video, Gundam. I did a over 3 hour. Well, hang on. I forgot shit I gotta cut out. Nah, like I said, I like Gundam. I like a lot of people that talk about DSP. A lot of them do really good work. You know, Code of Hate, Golden Triangle. Like I said, I'm not a super big Keem fan, but sometimes the guy says stuff that is just on point and hilarious. Especially when he's talking about DSP. Because if you didn't know, they started out about the same time. But I am going to end it, guys. If you made it this far, oh, God bless your soul. This video is trash, and I know it's trash, but this person, you know, they say you either, what is it? How I'm trying to think of how to reword that stupid Batman phrase. Anyways. Yeah. DSP, to sum it all up, DSP let his ego, he let his childish mentality, he basically screwed over himself again. I remember there was, it was either early in the year or last year, he said the only way he'd ever get popular again would be if a big content creator shouted him out. Let me put it this way. It might not be the content creators he wanted, but he had Keem, he would have had Boogie, and he would have had Wings. All three of them are much bigger than him. And he has direct contact with all three of them. He was going to be able to do collabs with them. He was being handed a show and money, life-changing money, by DSP's own words, would have gotten him out of every pinch that he is currently in. But because of his obstinate, wow, I cannot think of that word. But because he is either afraid or unwilling to to work with other people because he is scared and he is complacent. He did not just screw over himself this time. He screwed over his fans, however few they are. So instead of digging himself out of this hole, taking his wife on a very well-deserved honeymoon, because if you have to listen to Phil, like, we can turn him off. The only break she gets is when she goes to her supposed job. Otherwise, she has to look, smell, and listen to him. And she has to spend a whole day with him. That woman deserves a vacation. But he can't even give that to her. He can't do anything for his fans to take the burden off of them, because he does have a responsibility with a fan base to not bleed them dry. But he doesn't care. This is who Phil Burnell is. This is who DSP is. He has no imagination. And he's, again, too afraid. But, again, guys, if you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much. But I do have to ask for one more favor. If you would hit that like, subscribe, or share button if you liked this content, it would really help me out. But till the next video, guys, I'm out.